Hello and welcome to BB on Blast.
Big Brother Canada. 9.
Tonight.
The sequel. Tonight. Yeah, we got mine.
I'm
Gonna turn
Gaz.
the echo off now. Hi, I'm Lynsey. I hope we sound the same. We didn't do a
What do
test
you
or
mean we
anything.
sound?
Like, you know.
Oh, we actually didn't do a
volume.
test. Oh, should we do a test? Shall we do a test?
No, let's not. I need to get on with my life. I look really blurry. It's awful. Mind you, I've
not
got a
everyone's
background.
going to see this. If you remember, it is actually a podcast. Not everyone's going to watch it.
Well, if you were going to watch it, don't bother, because I look really blurry and Gaz has got no background.
My computer cannot do a background. I've been trying to get a Big Brother Canada background in here, but all you can see is my eyes, hardly, like in the ether, like I'm the invisible man.
Not good.
We need
let's
to welcome people to the show, yeah.
Yeah, let's introduce ourselves for people who have never tuned in to BB on Blast before.
Because we are sure we're going to
already tuned out.
Yeah, a deluge of new listeners based on Big Brother Canada 9 starting.
Definitely. Well, a lot of people have got nothing better to do. So I'm Lynsey. I'm Lynsey. I have been writing a Big Brother blog for many years. I don't write anymore.
Yeah, why don't you still do that blog? I feel like you should. Is it just a waste of time because we do the pod?
No, just who writes a blog anymore? That's very 2000s, isn't it?
Well, there's room for one on our website if you want. I can install it. I've been tweaking the bbonblast.com website. Go check it out.
So yeah, I wrote a blog called Exertainment for many years about Big Brother. Very big Big Brother fan of BBUK, BBUS, Big Brother Australia, Big Brother Canada. Any others? No, I think those are the main.
Well, you wanted to watch BB Spain, but we only got one episode with subtitles, didn't we? The launch show, I think. That celebrity one.
Oh yeah.
With the goats in the house.
BBUS is my favourite. BBUS is Gaz's least favourite.
Oh.
Because he doesn't know anything about it. And we've been podcasting. How long we've been podcasting for? 3 or 4 years, maybe.
I think longer than that. No, we haven't had BBUK for 2 years.
Oh my god, we've been podcasting a while, and Gaz has got some good BBUK credentials you might want to hear about right now.
Oh, what are my credentials for BBUK? Well, I don't know. Let's see if they match. What I'm about to say matches what you've got in your mind. But yeah, I call myself BBC Superfan on Twitter. That bloody leads to all kinds of criticism of my superfan status all the time, doesn't it?
Fuck them.
You know why? Because I'm truly, in my heart, a UK Big Brother superfan. So a lot of people who obviously listen to the pod listen for US coverage, and I feel like that might be where the biggest audience is for us. So when it comes to BBUS, and I don't really know, all I know is about Jerry falling in the pool, because that's a BB on Blast. And hey, you didn't mention your old podcast, Big Brother Bile.
It's dead, isn't it?
It's
I
like
used to have an old podcast.
Legacy quote, though.
Gaz was a listener to my old podcast, and then he killed my podcast host, and now he's the co-host.
Sometimes you just got to take matters into your own hands. No, we met on Twitter, Big Brother Twitter, didn't we? Big Brher UK Twitter.
Did.
I thought you were long ago.
I thought you were a BBC fan, but apparently not.
What do you mean? Oh,
just because of what you just said. JK. You've been to the house many times in the audience and behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I've also auditioned quite a couple of times, fair few times for BBUK, and actually got down to pretty close to going into one season of UK Big Brother. And I know they keep you in the dark when you're auditioning for Big Brother, but I got to the psychologists and the psychiatrists, which is how you know you're getting close. Not quite good enough, though. Hey.
Yeah, what was the problem?
I really don't know.
Good enough for Supermarket Sweep, weren't you?
Yeah, went on a Supermarket Sweep UK, hosted by Ryland from Big Brother. So you might want to check that out. That was my TV debut. Yeah, I was going to say I was a listener to your old podcast, and we just sort of connected over Twitter because we seem to like the same people and have the same views. And then we first,
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know. We definitely shared some
not anymore.
Do you not think so? I don't know.
No, but you don't want people to listen to a podcast and go, oh, they have the same views, that's boring. We want to have an argument, don't we?
Yeah, I'd say largely felt the same way about what was going on in the show, I think at that time UK Big Brother had changed quite a lot, and we were not particularly fond of what was happening to it.
That's not true. I love any Big Brother. You are wrong.
Okay. And yeah, we decided to meet up and watch a show one time at your house, didn't we? While you were still, I think, recording with your old co-host.
Yeah.
Former co-host. And it sort of came to a point where you were at a loose end and it seemed kind of to make sense to do the podcast together.
The coded
right?
conversation.
Oh, you can say it. It's your personal life. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not bothered. Yeah, I split up with my old co-host.
in both senses of the word.
And then I got together with Gaz and we've been happily married ever since. No, we're not.
So yeah, we've been going a while in these BB streets, and I've watched all of Big Brother Canada. And do you know what? I just did on the Big Brother Canada website the BBCAN Superfan quiz.
Oh,
15 questions. How well do you think I did, Lynsey Rose? Out of 15 questions.
15.
15 out of 15. Not 50. I thought you said 50.
No, 15.
So they're all fucking night. I got 14, but the one that I got wrong, as I answered it, I knew it was the other one. It was like, who's had the most HOH wins or something? Dimitri.
Who won Big Brother Canada 1?
No, but actually, in a question about who, like, which of these people's not a winner, it was all these winners, and Gary was listed there, obviously. The old kind of red herring.
Robbed.
Definitely robbed. But yeah, we also have, through the podcast, formed a little bit of a connection with host and queen of Big Brother, Arissa Cox, haven't we, Lynsey? Which is quite nice.
I just pick that up for you. We have. She's been on a previous episode of ours, if you have a listen.
She has, and do you know what? I've recently been kind of doing the admin for the pod for the first time ever, and we've changed to a new host. And by the way, you'll soon be able to get us on Amazon Music if anyone cares about that. I don't think anyone does.
No one's over 60 listen to this shit.
Over 60?
Yeah, Amazon Music. Who the fuck has that?
That's what old people do.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I was going back through the episodes when Dan was actually going through them, and he started to play the "Oh my God, it's Arissa on Blast" episode. And you know that "Hello and welcome to BB on Blast." Arissa tries to do that in an English accent, in a British accent. It's so funny.
I need to listen to that again.
Yeah, and I don't think I really ever listened. I probably must have listened to it back. But,
it was a great night.
But yeah, check that out. There's a guest episode with Arissa as a guest, and it was a lot of fun.
And we hung out with her as well.
Yeah. And then, do you know what I was reminded of the other day when she was on the UK Big Brother spin-off with Rylan, and because someone that followed me, Big Brother 232 at Big Brother 232, you're following them. The profile picture was a picture of Arissa and Rylan, which I thought was really cool. I was like, I love that picture.
And I wanted to say, for those who listen and who are new, or those who listen who are old, there's a bunch of people who we mention, the BBC fans. They're people that we went to the Big Brother house with. So we went to the Big Brother UK house a few times and went like behind the scenes, met Rylan and all that sort of stuff. So the BBC fans, all that gang, like Big Blagger, BB Spy,
Gary,
Alfie Sheldon, Garrett. There's so many.
Molly.
Molly. She wasn't an official BBC fan member.
Well, more of a bolt on.
We got on the list.
Yeah.
And then there's just our general listeners who we've become very good friends of, like Rao and Laurie. So you'll hear these names mentioned, but you can get on that list too, and you can become best friends with us. Just retweet our podcast.
No, it's true.
You can.
Sometimes I feel like we mention the same people again and again, and you'll be like, "Oh, these people." But these people, but if
we would mention anyone who give us some attention, anyone.
But if you don't reach out, we're not going to notice. So I did put a shout out for emails. I don't know if any have come in.
We've got a few.
Have we? Any newbies or newbies?
Nah.
No. Oh, Matthew Peggy.
Oh, we got one from the BB Hacker.
We haven't.
Yeah.
Have we? Is that not?
Yeah.
I thought we thought that was someone who left.
I think it's Dan. Is it Dan?
I don't think so. That's my boyfriend, by the way.
Oh, I haven't looked at them. So
also, coming
up. Stay
up.
tuned for that later.
Yeah, we do the emails at the end, so stay tuned for that, because also coming up in that is our Big Brother Canada draft that we're in this.
Oh God, I don't even know about this.
So we're going against our friends at Judy Girl Pod, and if you don't know James and Zach at Judy Girl Pod, you better get to know.
Yeah, I think if you know us and you don't know them, something's gone wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
They're actually on social media talking about things. Well, James is. I don't know about Zach. I don't think he can be on. Zach is like the you of their podcast. He's like whatever.
Definitely.
What? Yeah.
But like, I don't know. There's something with James and I have a real like connection with James. We really get along.
He's lovely.
But yeah, what I was going to say was we're always at a disadvantage because we are in the UK and we're not in time with the show, and we are always behind the curve. And Lynsey doesn't like a spoiler.
No, I'm the worst. I just watch the shows, but I do always catch up because I listen to podcasts, but I listen to it a week later. So if you want to get your up-to-date Big Brother news, we're not the podcast for you. We're the podcast for the UK Big Brother not news, and commenting on people's clothes, commenting on if people are racist,
people's pets.
Friends and family, obscure BB references about other seasons. We're like that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Not obscure, like interesting ones, like obscure, like what the fuck do you remember that for ones?
Oh, absolutely. And also you'll find that we reference UK, Australia, and America intermittently. Like it's all just one big Big Brother. Interchangeably, that's what I mean. I do mean interchangeably. Thank you. And I'm also the one with the worst vocabulary. You'll hear Lynsey mention a few obscure words as well, and I'll be like, huh, what does that mean?
They're not that obscure, just my co-host is thick.
Anyway, moving on from that. We are not live feeders, and Lynsey will like listen to the other pods that are out there, and she'll get the tittle tattle from the week, and she generally will inform me at the start. So that's how
secondhand.
Yeah,
secondhand info.
That's how we get that. But we are on Twitter. Follow me at bb_superfan. Follow Lynsey at lightupvm. And if you see anything that we need to know from the feeds or whatever, just send it to us, DM us, tag us. If it needs discussing.
Anything juicy, let us know, but don't spoiler me on the competitions, okay? Oof. Send it to Gaz if you have to, or email it with a spoiler warning. I don't want to hear this ooh and the veto 3 days before. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
Not that there is a fucking veto this week, but anyway.
Anyway, back to the draft. So yeah, we're going up against you, Pod, in a draft. Now, whenever anyone's mentioned a draft to me in the past, I've gone, what the fuck is the point of that?
Oh, I hate the draft.
So do I, but perhaps we'll be invested in this one.
I wouldn't be in it, but it's with Judy Girl, and I'm like, if they're in it, I'm in it.
Yeah, and also, I think it's kind of fun to have housemates against your name, potentially, and have to kind of root for them. And there's a competition now between us. Like, obviously, we want BB on Blast to win, but the way it's going to work is like, you're going to have players, and I'm going to have players. So within the podcast teams, there's going to be a winner and a loser as well. And
I'm excited about this now.
The way we did the assigning was I got Dan, my boyfriend, to do it for us because he hadn't looked at anything like a bio. He didn't know anything about these housemates. I just read him out the names, and then he assigned them to numbers, so he didn't know who he was giving who. Ooh. So there could be no favoritism involved. Anyway, the picks for the draft will be in the emails at the end of the show.
I'm excited. Normally I'm just like, oh, who cares? But you're right. If everyone goes who you actually like, the draft could be something
to hang on to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm having to hold this mic. It's really annoying.
So yeah, we don't usually use mics. These are new mics.
We're trying to like up our production values. We're going to do a like nice intro, which we didn't do. Are you going to edit this after, Gaz? No.
The intro may still come. Let's see
the
how we get
along. Yeah. We're on a new platform. We're I don't know if you're mentioning the other thing.
No, don't mention that thing.
No, okay.
There's a few. I am working on something behind the scenes.
Things in the pipe. You know when Big Brother people say, "Yeah, I've got a few things in the pipeline."
Yeah.
A few like TV shows and that. It's like that.
It is like that.
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing. No, it is something, and I think it'll please a few people. Well, you know, Rowan and Laurie,
and all our new fans.
Our new fans, listeners. Yeah, let's talk about the run-up to launch. Lynsey, you obviously hide away from what's been going on in the BB Twitter world. Have you heard anything about the pre-game and the gossip from pre-Big Brother Canada 9?
Do you know what? I didn't even know any name of any person who'd been in that house when I watched the show. And I was very surprised not to see Sheldon and Brooke and
yeah.
like, what the fuck? Can you shed light?
Yeah, I think even the house guests or housemates, UK Big Brother terminology, housemates, in the house, the ones who were waiting for these people to walk out that door were expecting returning players to walk out, right? Because how could there not be some BBCAN8 people coming back? We've been saying this since the show shut down, haven't we?
Yeah. And I swear Arissa kind of hinted that there would be BB-8 people coming back.
To us personally or in
No,
promo?
no, just in general.
No, well, it's interesting because the promo did say it would be a cast of champions. It said this.
Yeah.
Then
And a sequel.
I thought, oh, cast of champions. Is it going to be like Pax Bros, Ica? Is it going to be like the heavy hitters,
Heavy Webby.
Gillian McLaughlin,
Who? Emmett.
Gillian's
Peter Brown.
Yeah, is it going to be these people? Um, no, it's not.
Andrew Gordon.
It's not going to be them. Tala, none of them. Tim Dormer.
Oh, Big Brother.
So yeah, I thought we were going to get a kind of all stars series, and I thought, oh, you know what, that kind of makes sense because it's hard to cast during COVID, and it's easier to go to people that are good TV. You want good TV?
Yeah. So what the fuck happened?
Well, apparently it's not a returning players kind of season, and
I thought it was going to be a twist. I was waiting for them to get ushered in.
Well, I feel like maybe there might still be. I don't know. I tweeted that Sheldon and Brooke were hiding under the sofas, possibly.
I was a bit disappointed. I was actually a bit disappointed not to see a couple of people from last year. Chris, my personal fave.
I was going to say, who did you want to see back?
Chris, number one.
Chris, who couldn't remember his own mum.
Oh,
I wanted to.
That was my favourite thing that happened in the whole of last year. Barnum going on holiday, seeing Morrissey. That was my fucking favourite thing that happened. Seeing Rowan, that was it.
I wanted to see Chris come in with his mom as a couple, playing as a couple. Not a couple.
Colty and Debbie from 90 Day Fiance scenario. Never mind.
I don't do 90 Day Fiance, so I don't know references, but go for it because people.
You would enjoy. You would enjoy. That's our target audience, believe.
Okay, so this
Hold
is really.
On. You were telling me the pre-season goss. What is it?
Yeah, and this is like I'm kind of wondering now, how do I break this to you? Do you recognize this housemate, Lynsey?
I'm trying to read the name. Ethan Quantz. Is that a name? No, I don't. Who the fuck is that?
Quantz. Now, does he remind you of anyone kind of visually?
Yeah, he does.
Who a past Big Brother Canada person?
I can see my face. He does remind me of someone. I can't think who it is. Oh, I know. That boring guy, Jared.
Jared? He reminds me of Emmett.
Oh yeah, that Jared was like Emmett's little a little copy of Emmett. Who was going out with that?
Going out with who?
Chelsea or Kelsey or whatever.
Oh, Kelsey.
You know, it with Mitch Muffin and yeah. Wasn't Nikki Graham in that season? I mean, that was a real story. Let's be real.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to enjoy telling you this. Now, the cast was revealed.
Ethan Quantz.
Yeah, Quantz. The cast was revealed on the Big Brother socials.
What did he do?
And some shit came out about Ethan. And I think the day after, Big Brother Canada had to announce that they were replacing one of their cast members owing to information that had surfaced on the internet, which, although they couldn't confirm, they had to take seriously. And he was replaced by Kyle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see the similar look.
So we'll come to that.
Have you got a pop quiz for me? What did Ethan Quantz do?
I mean, you can just guess. What do you think Ethan Quantz did? What would be kind of?
Can you show me the picture again? And I want to see if he looks more of a racist or a homophobe.
What would be significant enough to get you booted out of the Big Brother Canada lineup pre-launch?
He could be a racist and a homophobe. let's be honest.
Is that all you got?
Oh, is it
racist, homophobe?
He's not. like a sexual assaulter, is he?
Yeah, you're getting quite close to the
Oh,
mark. 22-year-old Ethan, whose pronouns are he and him, no surprise there, who's a line cook. Let's see what he said about himself, because I've got a few quotes here actually from the Big Brother socials. Ethan said, they asked him, "Why do you think you were selected to be on BBCAN8?" He said, "Because they don't know about my sordid past." No, he didn't. He didn't. He said,
I
because
believe that.
he said, "Because I'm a good time and the life of the party." Now, this is a comment that came out, I think, on a YouTube video. Now, I got a screen cap of this. I saw it when it came out, but I didn't screen cap at the time, and I've had to screen cap this really sort of blurry, dodgy screen cap. So let me read it out for you. So this is a comment on YouTube. It says he was expelled from, and then it's the name of his school that I can't actually see, Toronto, for calling a black student the N-word. You said racist, correct? With a hard R, and oh god, then beating them up really horribly.
What the fuck?
Not just beating them up mildly, really horribly.
Really horribly.
Yeah. He later had the. Oh, this is so blurry. I can't read it.
Come on, just make it up.
He later had the expulsion reversed to a suspension because his family is well connected to the community, and they let him off with a slap on the wrist. I've personally seen him get extremely angry and come within inches of hitting a girl who was just trying to get him to leave because the host had ended the party. One of his friends and another guy I had never met literally had to grab him and restrain him from punching the girl. It's also well known that he sexually assaulted a classmate of ours, and she never pressed charges or told any authorities because she was so scared of his retaliation. This isn't conjuncture. Is that right?
Conjecture.
Conjecture. Plenty of us know about it, and he's too well connected to do anything about it, especially since the victim has done her best to move on and put the trauma behind her. His one single redeeming quality is that he does genuinely care about and love his sister deeply, and that's the only genuine thing in this video. So it was his VT, and about this guy in general. Someone sent me a personal message. If he breaks a leg or something in a competition, would be welcome viewing for all of us from, I think it's Malvern. Cheers. That's the place he's from in Canada. So his VT, they actually released VT packages on social media, which were quite kind of insightful, because in the launch show, I always feel like the VTs are jumbled up together. They batch,
yeah, they are.
They kind of like batch cook the housemates, and they're like, here they are, but they're all interspliced. So the housemates' personal channel started to release these VTs.
Oh, cheers,
and his VT was
getting a top up.
His VT was very much like kind of like
good service.
What have you just delivered?
Sorry, dear. Go ahead. His VT was.
What did you just get delivered? I'm interested. What you've got?
This.
A drink. His VT was very much like kind of jock football kind of guy, and his sister was in it, and I think his sister has some sort of condition.
Okay.
An illness or disability. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it makes sense that this comment says the sister's the only person that he really cares for. Now, I feel in this scenario most sorry for the sister, because she had created his official Big Brother account on Twitter. So, like, the family and friends, they've all started to create like it was like at Ethan Quant's Ethan BBCAN9 or something. And in the bio it said run by his sister. And I just thought she's going to see all of this stuff about probably a guy she idolizes, and that's going to be really hard. And also there's probably going to be a lot of harsh comments for her to take in from the Twitter universe,
Yeah. Well, to me, the worst part of all of that was not leaving a party when people ask you to leave. Those people are the fucking worst. If it's time to go, it's time to go. Just fucking leave politely and quietly.
It's time to go.
That was the worst part over the racism.
Over the racism and the rapism, I was going to say.
No, he sounds like an arsehole. Fuck him. No more white people for Big Brother Canada. That's it.
Do you know what?
Enough is enough.
At least it came out before he got into the house, because we've accidentally let a neo-Nazi or two in our time, haven't we, in the UK, Lynsey?
I fucking wish we kept her in. That would have been good TV. Or are we
We are,
talking
of
about someone
course,
else?
referring to Tequila of Celebrity Big Brother UK fame. Um, yeah, so you missed the storm of Ethan's announcement and then removal from the cast.
Well, at
But
least we didn't get him in the draft.
oh shit, I wonder if I read
Oh
his name
fuck!
out to Dan. Nah, I think he
Yeah,
must
but
have.
if someone has got him, wouldn't they just get Kyle instead?
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
Hmm.
That would be interesting to hear if I included him or not. Anyway, so then somehow the news comes up that this new guy replacing Ethan is called Kyle Moore. And then there's a guy on Twitter called Kyle Moore. So his Twitter blows up, right? He's also got a podcast. And it's about like mental health and well-being. And everyone's like, oh my God, Kyle Moore, he's going into Big Brother. And this guy's like, what? This guy's like, what are you all on about? Why is everyone blowing up my Twitter? And it turns out it was this other Kyle Moore. And then this guy does like TikToks and stuff. And he was like saying, kind of visually, this guy does even look a bit like me. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually is me. And it's interesting how the BBCAN Twitter community kind of like really took the other Kyle Moore or the real Kyle Moore, as they're calling him, like to their hearts. And like now he's got like a fandom in the BB UK fandom. And
what the fuck?
Our friend and listener Alfie Sheldon is particularly a big fan of Kyle Moore now.
What the hell? All this that I've missed.
And speaking of our friends at Judy Gub Pod, I haven't listened to all of their pre-launch BBCAN pod
I can't
yet.
wait to listen.
But I think they've got him as a guest, the real Kyle Moore.
Yeah, I
from
saw
the
him on
world.
I saw him on the thumbnail, and I thought, who the fuck is that? I'm glad I didn't listen to that then, because that would have been a right ruiner.
So yeah, you missed all of that while you were hiding
That's
from
good.
the cast.
It's good because you tell me about it, and it's more interesting, isn't it? It's like you're imparting, the gossip.
That's true. So like, I looked at the pictures and, well, yeah, I looked at the pictures and the names and like the rough ages and kind of like sussed out the kind of gender balance and who was on the LGBTQ plus team. That's kind of like what I was looking for. Who was hot and who was not. I went through Instagram and looked through briefly like what their presence was like online, and
that's good.
Yeah,
good
just
research.
a little bit of research, and I found out a couple of things. I spotted a couple of things, which were connections within the Big Brother universe with the new Big Brother Canada 9 cast. And I have actually got a link to Ethan's VT if you want to watch that or not. Do we not want to give him the airtime, do we?
We can't watch it on here, can we?
No, I could just play it.
Don't cut off the recording. It ain't worth it for the races.
No, I'll play it on my phone to you.
Oh.
It's probably not worth it.
Fuck him.
He's bad news.
Yeah.
I found that Victoria, do you know who Victoria is?
Yeah, I do.
I found that Victoria was followed already. Now, bear in mind the cast had only just dropped, so it could have been a swift follow, but was followed by Cassandra from Big Brother Canada.
Makes sense.
Could be a connection there. And I think Victoria is possibly quite a big super fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found another really obscure connection between an international Big Brother housemate and a Big Brother Canada housemate on Instagram. Jedson is followed by a quite notable Australian Big Brother housemate.
Tim?
No, a notable female Big Brother Australia. Tully. Yeah, Tully.
Those are the only two notable, apart from Drew, and that's for a different reason. The Australia housemate.
Ben from Brisbane.
Oh, fuck him. Oh, whatever. And Priya.
Priya. Yeah, Jedson was followed by Tully.
Oh, and Angela. Sorry, Angela.
Oh, yeah, how could we forget Queen Angela?
Sorry, Angela.
Yeah, Jedson was followed by Tully, which I thought was a weird connection. Like, I wonder if they shared notes on how to get in the Big Brother house.
Pretend to be a lesbian and then get off with the hottest guy on the fucking planet.
Actually, that's a good question. Obviously, so this, if you don't know Big Brother Australia, this housemate Tully, she had a girlfriend when she went in, and she ended up having a romance with a guy. Does Tully have a relationship with a boy or a girl on the outside now? Do we know?
No, I'm not keeping up with fucking Tully.
You follow Tully? I follow her. She's worth following.
So what's the answer? You don't know.
No, I don't know. I'm asking you.
I ain't been following her that fucking
Right.
closely, have you?
I tell you who does know, Alfie Sheldon or any other listener. If you know if Tully from Big Brother Australia is now with a boy or a girl, let us know.
That's nice. Any more goss?
No, I just thought we could go through the cast and give early thoughts. I can go through them in order because I've got their bio cards and a quote from them.
Okay. You go through them and I'll give you my one word thoughts on them.
Okay. I don't have Kyle's mini bio though, so sorry, Kyle.
Fancy Kyle a bit.
Do you? Kyle's one of the bland ones, no?
Sorry.
Okay, these are coming from the Big Brother Canada Twitter, and they're just screen caps from what was released pre-launch. Braden White. Do you want me to tell you more about his?
No, I know him. Mini Gary Glitter.
Not that Gary Glitter, the Big Brother Canada one.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Big Brother Canada.
Braden's 23. His pronouns are he and him. He is a Taurus. Might he have a birthday in the house? Probably not. The show's not quite that long, is it?
No, he will, because that's
May.
Every March, I think. Oh yeah, no, you're right. It's April, May.
It's the one star sign I know because it's mine.
I'm Gemini, so I'm just after. Not that I believe in star signs, it's a bunch of
bollocks. His occupation is an anthropology student. Did you know that?
Yeah, because he fucking said it in his VT. He said these people ain't gonna know what anthropology means.
Oh, good. You've got better recollection than I have of the VTs in the launch. A fact about me that surprises.
That's because I watched the episode twice.
Oh, I wanted to do that, but I didn't have time. Braden says a fact that surprises me is I've never been drunk or that I'm a huge dork.
What? Is it one or the other?
No, that's what he said. That was his response to the fact that surprises me about. No, surprises people about me is.
Right.
Never been drunk. Get some booze down him. Bring in some vodka. What do you think about Braden?
I feel like you're throwing me off because I've got the comments about the people in my notes. I feel like you're throwing me off here. You tell me the facts about the people and we'll talk about the people as we go through the notes, right? Otherwise, I feel like we're just duplicating.
Okay.
Because I can tell you what I feel about him off the top of my head, but I've also written down what I feel about him. If you see what I mean.
This is how we plan the show, by the way.
No, but do you know what I mean?
So what do you want to do? Go to the notes of the show, or you want to go through the cast?
You tell me the facts about people and I'll tell you one word about them and then we'll talk about them in more detail.
Okay, next up is Julie Vu, 28. She is a Leo and her pronouns are she, her. She's from Vancouver, BC. I don't know what BC means. Not before Christ. Julie's occupation is a social media influencer. A personal accomplishment I am most proud of is having the courage to live my truth and being the first transgender house guest on BBCAN.
Yes, she was. Do you know what I said to Jack? And I should probably save this for later, but I feel like I might say it now. Because Jack was saying, now we've got half white people, half minorities. It's gonna. You hear me?
Yeah, you can carry on. Sorry, it went.
Did I press mute?
No, it started to sort of stall, but it's okay. You're good now.
You sure?
Yeah, I think I heard it, or it just took a minute to get there.
Oh, so Jack said, "Oh, now we've got half, white people, half minorities. Is it fine? Is the balance finally going to be, settled? Is it all going to be all right now?" And I was like, "No." And sure enough, the most minority of the minority house guests gets evicted.
Yeah,
but literally, the most minority group you could imagine is the person who goes, "Put that in your pipe and smoke it." They can't not do it. There's something about social group dynamics that they
Yeah.
target the weak and they target the person that they can't relate to as much. But
Mm,
you think
I don't know if it's that people can't relate to Judy because
that's different. That's different to them then.
but what I was going to say was, I mean, we're jumping ahead here. I'm going to jump
Yeah,
ahead,
I
but
know. Sorry.
some of the people that voted Judy out were the people who I would think could most relate to her, including Braden. I know it seemed to be a sort of
That's
done
a sheep
deal.
vote.
Yeah, but I was really surprised to see the dolls turn on Julie and Josh as well. Like, if your people don't have your back as the only trans person to ever go in
Mm,
BBCAN,
yeah.
who has?
No one. Definitely not the bros.
Well,
Although the
it's
bros are at least black this year.
yeah, true. I mean,
That's a start.
I feel like they with the diversity of the cast. When I looked at this cast, I was like, they just look right. Apart from, I had a question mark over Ethan Quantz because I thought he just looks like a football jock, and I don't want to see that. I'm tired of that. But I don't think there's even half white people this year. I feel like there's
Good.
like two or three,
Good.
and
No,
not
there
that
ain't. There's loads of them.
there's two girls that look the
There's,
same, but I'm not sure if one of them's might not be white or not Caucasian.
mhm, I'm not sure. I
Did you? What was your
don't want
word?
to.
What was your one word for Julie? God.
Uh, entertaining.
Yeah, the entertainment was right there. Not anymore.
It's a shame, isn't it?
It is a shame.
We'll come to it then.
Next up, it was Austin Duquois.
Austin Armacost.
Austin's 23. Her pronouns are she and her. I like that they put their pronouns. Like, this is very kind of forward-thinking
Mm.
bio release. Um, Zodiac is Cancer, hometown of Newmarket, Ontario. Oh, I know that one. Occupation was a realtor. Realtor. Is that how you say it?
Estate agent.
Yeah, an estate agent.
Yeah.
Like Karen and Dimitri's,
Mm.
the giants of
And
the past.
Janelle.
Oh, is she as well?
Yeah.
Slash model, by the way, not just
Mm.
selling houses. She'll also pose in them. Um, oh, here you go. I didn't know this about her. Her most prized possession is my crystals.
Oh God.
Bit of a Heidi and Spencer.
Caitlin.
One word, it's Caitlin.
One word for Caitlin or
Is that
one
your
word
one?
for
Is that your
Austin?
one word? It's Caitlin.
No. My one word. I don't know about her yet.
Okay.
Sorry, that's not one word.
Next up was Tina Thistle. Tina is 42. Again, her pronouns are she and her. She's a Leo. I don't know what these zodiacs mean, but I'm saying them anyway. Um, she's from a place called Paradise,
Yeah,
NL. Is that
I caught
Newfoundland?
that. Yeah, she said. See, I've got all my quotes and I can't read them at the moment. This
You
is
can do it later. She's a her occupation as a graphic designer, and a fact about her that surprises people is I'm the granddaughter of Canadian singer Joan Morrissey.
Do you know what? I've seen that Joan Morrissey when I've been searching for Morrissey.
Any good?
No, I thought it was someone Irish. Normally, it's Irish people called Morrissey.
You want to say anything about Tina? A word for
Yeah,
Tina?
I don't like her, and I
Don't
don't
like
know
her.
why people voted her for her to be team captain.
Pretty surprised by that vote, actually. I would say
Yeah,
she seems bland.
she's annoying as fuck. I can't stand her.
Um, next, it's
That's more than one word.
doesn't sound like you. Next is Rohan Kapoor.
You're not
He,
saying about anyone. Are you going to say later?
yeah, when we get to
Okay.
your run through.
Okay.
Um, because by the way, when we get to the launch, you'll be taking the lead because I don't have notes.
Okay.
Rohan Kapoor, he is 26. He's a Pisces and he's from Toronto, Ontario. His occupation is strategic partnerships manager. That's one of those jobs that no one knows what it means, isn't it?
I know what it means.
I do.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
You work. with partners at your organisation, try and get them to give you money.
Oh.
That's what you get as charity. You should know that.
Strategic partnerships manager. No, that would be like a major donor officer.
It's the same sort of thing.
His go-to karaoke song is, and somebody tagged you in a tweet about him and said that he would be your favorite housemate because his favorite karaoke song is
The Killers.
Any song by the Killers, yeah.
I thought he looked like Dimitri's in that picture, but he doesn't look like Dimitri's in the house.
Let's see what you mean.
When they said that, I was just like, oh, I don't want to know this. My word for him is Alan.
Alan?
Alan from BB Australia.
Oh, what? Talks a big game, early boot. You feel the same about Rohan?
The apprentice contestant.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Is he not? He's not the one that said something about his blood. That was Jedson. Competition runs in my blood or something.
That was Jedson, yeah.
Yeah, it's very apprenticey, I thought. Or winning runs in my blood. Next up was Josh Farnworth. He's 30. Josh is 30. I didn't actually know that. I thought he was younger.
I know. He looks younger.
Again, his pronouns are he and him. He's Aries from New Westminster. He is he's a film production coordinator. And Josh's go-to karaoke song is Born to Make You Happy by Britney Spears. Hashtag Free Britney. Have you watched the Britney Spears documentary, Lynsey?
I did, yeah.
Oh, did you? I didn't expect you to.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought you're not that bothered about Britney Spears.
I thought it was interesting.
Do you think that she's a victim?
I mean, it's a woman who's very successful being subjugated by her dad. What's not to be interested in? It's a massive feminist issue right there.
Yeah.
It's not just feminist, actually. It's humanist. Like, your rights are taken away from you. That's not okay.
Especially as she seemingly wants the control over her own movements now and is not being allowed it. It's kind of crazy.
Do you think she's still, a bit nuts? Because why else would it be?
I don't know. When I see her on like, videos that she puts out on social media and stuff, I don't think she's particularly all there. But I don't know if it's fair to make that judgment.
No.
Like when she burnt down her gym.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "Hi guys, I'm here in my gym, the gym that I burnt down." Okay. I'm not sure anyone can like burn down their gym by mistake, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think that she's not able to make decisions over her own career. I think that's a bit too far.
It just feels like there's a lot of people making money off of her.
Yeah, it does. And that's it. There's a lot of money at stake. So I don't know. It doesn't get handled in the right way necessarily. I don't know. It feels kind of untoward, like something dodgy's going on behind the scenes.
Yep.
So yeah, BB on Blast says hashtag Free Britney.
Guys, I need a wee.
Oh, well, if you want to go for a wee, I can keep talking.
Look, I just put the tape over my face.
I can keep talking through the house.
Be right back.
While you go.
Be right back.
So, yeah, one thing you'll notice about BB and Blast is we rarely cut to. Actually, no. When we normally record this in a room together on a microphone, and therefore we will cut it and pause the recording. But in this instance, we're running a video here. We don't want to do the edit on the video. We're going to drop the sound of that video into the podcast host, and we're not going to really do the editing either, even though I thought we were going to put an intro in and do that kind of stuff. So now I have to film. This is a bit I hate, but I am going to go through the rest of these housemates' bios. So next up was Latoya Anderson. Latoya is 34. Her pronouns are she, her, and she is a Taurus. Her hometown is Pickering, Ontario. I hope I'm saying Ontario right, and it's not Ontario. No, it's Ontario. Her occupation is a police officer. My mantra or words I live by are, be good to yourself. Can't say that I disagree with... Oh, hello.
I like the fact you're still reading out the house, even though I'm not here.
Yeah, well, I just got to Latoya, so you can come in on that. She said her mantra for life is be good to yourself. I said, I can't say that I disagree with that. Be kind. Be
She,
kind, including to
she
yourself. She what?
she's one to be reckoned with.
She's to be
My
honest,
opinion.
she kind of had a read on Julie real quick, and
She
she
was,
made her decision and she went into the diary room and like ran with
yeah. Oh, is that a towel hanging in the background?
it.
It's ruining my. It's ruining my BBUK. Canada vibe. Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, do you have a thought on Latoya?
Yeah, I think she's going to be good TV.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, next is Beth. I think it's Bieda.
Ugh. Put next.
She's 27. She is a Leo. She's from Tomahawk.
Cool.
Her favorite hobby is playing piano and writing music. So perhaps Beth will be trying to launch a music career after the show.
Certainly hope not.
The next housemate is Tychon Carter Newman. He's
One for
29.
you, Gaz.
He's hot.
I thought so.
His pronouns are he and him. He's a Capricorn. He's from Montreal, Quebec, but he's not like French Canadian, is he?
Mm.
There's no, actually, that's a shame. No French Canadians in the house. We miss the French connection
They've got some
vibe.
indigenous people though.
Yeah. He's an urban planner, and his mantra words to live by are live free.
When I saw him, I said to Jack, Gaz will like this guy. So not just the way he looks, but also the urban planning and do-gooder and all that sort of stuff.
He seems like a really wholesome guy. And
Gross.
his mum is running his Twitter, which I think is really cute.
Oh, God help her.
Next up is Victoria, who has a surname that I'm not sure I can get my tongue around. Wogieren, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
She's 27. She is a Virgo. She's from Hamilton, Ontario. Her occupation is a youth advocate. We like that, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
A personal accomplishment she's proud of is breaking the foster kid stigma and chasing my dreams.
Mm. You want my word for her?
Go for it.
Veronica.
Veronica?
Hmm.
What? Too over keen?
No,
Too hard,
just
too
like
fast.
a bit messy. Could be good, could be annoying. I can't quite tell yet.
Like draw the line in the sand.
What?
That's Veronica.
No, Veronica from Big Brother Canada.
Yeah, she is from Big Brother Canada. I just do an Australian accent when I do that line.
Oh.
Yeah, she called that house meeting and she went, draw the line in the sand.
Oh, I thought you were saying turn over a new leaf.
Casey, turn over a new life. Next is, I think it's Tara, right? Mm-hmm. Tara Gillen Petrozzi. She's kind of older. Well, not old. She's 37. Amongst Big Brother housemates, you don't see kind of 35 up that much. Pronouns are she and her. She's a Virgo. She's from a place called La Selle. Nice, fine. Don't know about that. She is a mom / spin instructor. And
/ MILF.
How do you want people to remember you as a player on BBCAN?
MILF.
As the first mom / MILF and oldest house guest to ever win. Duh.
Yeah, I was annoyed when she said that about the first mum to win because I want to watch the old BBCAN to Jack and she ruined it. So now he'll know that I couldn't win. He'll know Mumsy didn't win. And so
only if he internalizes that. You didn't say she's
true.
ruined it now, did you? Because he'll know for sure.
I just went, spoiler.
Okay. That's the kind of thing that washes over someone that doesn't know, I think.
That's true. You're right.
And you're the sort of person that who's going to be evicted by the clothes they're wearing. So you watch it in a different way.
With the red string out.
Yeah. Next is Jedson Tavernier. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. I'm not going to try anything else. He's 25, and his pronouns are he and him, and he's a Virgo. He's from a place called Aurora. That's interesting. That's the name of Sleeping Beauty.
Aurora Borealis. That's Brendan and Rachel's child.
From the Killers?
No, from Big Brother.
Oh,
US.
Brendan.
Killers,
I thought
where'd
you
you get
said
that
Brand.
from?
I thought you said Brand. When
Oh,
you said
Brandon.
Brandon, I thought Brandon Flowers.
You got Brandon Killers on the brain.
That's Rohan's fault. Jedson is a personal trainer. He said,
Yeah.
I get along best with people who are like-minded, goal-driven, positive, and don't make excuses. Now, that sounds like apprentice talk, if ever I've heard it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Thoughts on Jedson? A word for Jedson.
Meathead.
Now, Jedson looks really good in that comp outfit.
Jedson. Okay, I'm going to say it now. It's
are
not
you?
just me. Rowan said it. Him and what's that other guy called? A very similar haircut. And it's confusing.
Tai Chon, who they've kind of aligned.
Yeah. Don't you think they have similar haircuts? And it's a bit confusing.
They have similar haircuts, yes.
Is it the first racist of the season?
No, I don't think that's right. No, I'm not going to call you up for racism there, but I'm going to say that they are a similar trope. So
yeah,
I would actually forgive you for kind of mixing them up in these early days.
Yeah, only in the early days, though.
Yeah.
Tai Chon, I like. What's his name? Jensen.
Jedson. Think of Jedward having a son.
No thanks.
It's a Jed.
What, together? Yeah, Tara Reid.
Definitely.
She'd have to be the surrogate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know actually. I'll watch his space on Jedson. Not sure.
By the way, shout out to Jedward. If you do follow them on Twitter, they're very woke these days.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, they're really. I might have mentioned it on the pod before, but yeah, they're really into Black Lives Matter, and I think they were in America at some point, but living with Tara Reid.
Yeah, living with Tara Reid.
That's the reality show I want to watch. Jedward and Tara Reid in a loft apartment.
Me too.
Next up is Kiefer Collison. Kiefer is 32. His pronouns are he and him. He's a Sagittarius. He's from Old Masset. I need to know what BC means. Someone tell me. He's a radio host. I didn't know that. Obviously, wasn't paying attention to the VTs. His mantra or words to live by are keep it real.
All right, got you.
Love, peace. Oh no, what does this say?
Harmony.
Ulichan Greece. Ulichan. I'm wondering if that's a sort of First Nation reference. I don't know.
I'd imagine.
I hope so, otherwise I look like a right twat.
My word is mullet.
Yeah, I know. Don't see that very often anymore, thankfully.
I don't get why people chose him either. I don't get it.
Well, I do. If you think back to who was the other First Nation guy? He went in first. He got voted in to go.
Yeah, Damien.
He went into the Expedia Lounge because he had that privilege.
Yeah, it was the most boring person on the fucking planet.
So boring, but what did we laugh at him for? Ducking out of a door.
At Johnny Depp? No, being stupid.
Like ducking when he came out the door into the camera run. That's what we thought was hilarious at the time. If you think about like the kind of, for us, inexplicable love and support for Damien.
Yeah.
It's the same phenomenon, clearly. It's kind of like it's like the Welsh people getting behind a Welsh housemate.
Right, yeah.
It's that I think.
I've got another word for him, actually.
Is it Uncle Buck?
Ovi. No, Jack said that. Jack said he looks just like John Candy.
Yeah, John Candy. Mostly out of Home Alone, I think, but also
that's funny. He said that. Yeah, Ovi is my other word for him. So I think he's got big Ovi vibes.
Kind of too eager to please kind of vibes.
Yeah, like, oh, please be friends with me, like that sort of vibe. But I think he could be good, but I'm just not sure. And I think people, I don't know, just why did they vote for him and why did they vote for Tina? I don't
very
see
like
it. They're
very not Big Brother people
safe
to be chosen by. they're not the type of people you'd expect the public to choose, because you think the people that
Yeah,
watch.
you think
Go
it'd be
on.
Julie and Braden, you know.
Yeah, or you think it would be people who are younger, bigger characters, I would have thought, that
Mm,
would be voted, because you want good
yeah,
TV. So I don't really know what the logic was
I
behind the
don't
vote.
I
It's
don't get
almost
that.
like only old people voted.
Yeah, was it like a postal vote or
Oh, well, that could have been rigged. Just ask Trump.
oh fuck me.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
all of your
oh, thank
14,
God for
only
that.
14 housemates. Now, that's the smallest number there's been in a cast in Big Brother Canada, I think, ever.
Does that mean that our
Sheldon's
faves are
hiding
coming
around the
back?
corner. Maybe.
Sheldon and Chris. Sorry, I'm
Sheldon
just
and
fucking
Chris.
up with my mic. I'm so sorry. Brooke can Brooke can leave. Is that a good camera angle?
It's
If
absolutely
you're
terrible. But
podcast only,
your undercut looks fresh.
Jack did it today. What do you
Oh,
think?
podcast ready. That looks really good.
I'm gonna have to hold this
My
like I'm a
headphones are like squeezing my head.
something is squeezing my skull. Um, I'm gonna have to hold this like a top of the pops 1980s presenter. So we're going to the show now.
Yes, we are. And it's over
Look,
to you, Lynsey.
I got old school written notes.
They're not showing
How
up on the
about that?
cam, but
That's fine.
I remember I used to write so many notes back in the day.
Oh, did you not write any notes for the launch then?
No, because I was tweeting it. I chose to tweet to launch.
How did that go?
Terrible. I don't know. I thought I could complain about algorithms, but I'm like, no, I don't get any sort of like traction with BBCAN9 hashtag when I'm tweeting,
Mm.
when I watch it live. I just don't.
So, hold on. Last year, COVID happened. 48 weeks later, BBCAN9 happened. Today, a new journey begins. There is hope. Something like
So actually, my most successful tweet about the launch was I really enjoyed the way that VT made it look like the very worst thing that COVID had done was cause the end of Big Brother Canada 8. I
it
love
was
how
the worst thing at the time.
I love how in the VT they had like the news reporter saying, "Oh, Big Brother Canada's been forced to shut down production," and they had like Justin Trudeau as well making the announcement as if he'd personally said that the production had to stop.
And then I was thinking about last year at BB8 when they had the video at the start of fuck knows what it was, the stupid thing that they have, the
The
fictional thing.
Yeah, the
And
sort
it's
of Big
like,
Brother character, and
yeah, and it's like they didn't need to bother with any of that shit this year. Didn't need to make anything up. It was the real life drama that
oh yeah,
happened.
good point. They didn't have any characters, or no one with like a sword or that Big
Also, they
Brother character in a coat.
didn't have to bother redecorating the house either. Just put a bit of moss up.
Well,
I must say, I think the house looks fucking cool. Don't
yeah,
you?
yeah. I mean that house. I mean
Oh, thanks, babe. I
the
think what they
production
did.
team on Big Brother Canada go in when it comes to house design. Like if you look, I'm looking at the picture behind you now because I can see
Mm,
you're like up in the rafters where the eye is. If you look, like it's to the very edges, it's done. Like there's not a centimeter not themed. It's insane the work they do on that house, and it would be a shame to let it go to waste.
and I hadn't obviously seen the house because I hadn't been looking at spoilers. When I saw it, I thought that is such a cool idea. It's such a cool way to like keep some of those elements that we didn't really get to enjoy last year,
Yeah, of
and to
course
actually,
they will have
but not
things.
just but
Sorry.
not just look like you're recycling it, and not just look like, oh, it's just the same old shit. Like, oh, it's grown over, it's like gone moldy and all that. It's so cool. That was my favorite thing about the launch episode was the house. I just
Oh,
thought it was so
really?
cool. Yeah.
That is really interesting because you would never say that. You're always a housemates first kind of person.
No, I know.
Um,
I wasn't that impressed with the housemates in the first episode, but I really enjoyed the second episode. So
I would say that yeah, there must be things built into the architecture of this house that they wanted to use last time around, just didn't get a chance to.
mm.
Like because they love doing like secret room. We saw like William crawl through that little tunnel in the past. Like they might have things like that
Yeah.
ready to roll. And I think they've done enough by changing the have not. Did we even see the have not room last year? I can't even remember.
Is it the ball pit? It's the ball pit that have
It's
not
the
room.
ball pit this year, which is really weird because
Like us.
before COVID hit, Lindsay and I and our friend who we mentioned earlier, Rowan, who's a listener and a friend and like a Big Brother fan, we met up in London. She's from America, and we went to a bar with a ball pit inside, and that was
Bally
like
Ballison. Shout out.
shout out to Baldy Balderson. I don't think that will ever open again. I'm not sure.
Me neither.
I'm not sure, but that was for me the very last night out that I had, and that was a year ago, like a couple of weeks back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you got very sick after that night out,
Yeah.
and we don't know whether you had COVID or not, but that was a time when not long after that I was sick as well, and that could have been the start of COVID for us personally, but it was definitely the end of our social life. And now it's represented in the Big Brother Canada house. It's like,
That's a good point.
what? Did Arissa like steal that from our photos? Like she's an exec producer now. Maybe she thought that'd be a good have not room.
Yeah, I want to know what things Arissa has influenced this year.
Me too. Shall we try and get her on?
We can ask her, but she won't tell us.
But yeah, no, I
What did you think of the house?
I like this. It's like part of the theme of Big Brother Canada Rises, isn't it? I did hear some of the housemates. Well, I think I saw Hera posting that, like,
Hera.
Yeah, he's from last year, right?
Can't remember.
I think he is. He was like, oh, if it was Rising, then you should have had us back, or someone said that. Like,
well, the way they were hyping it, I was sure they were going to have someone back. It was like it's a sequel. Like what happened before must be finished. And I just, when none of the old people came back, I was just like, I was actually really disappointed.
Yeah, I suppose it's maybe like from the reality TV point of view, they've all gone outside and they've continued their relationships in certain ways, and now it's not the same. I don't know if it's could you put Jamar back in after being removed? I would want him back in. I do want him back in.
You could put Jamar back in, you could put Sheldon back in, you could put Chris back in, you could put Minley back in.
What
you
about
could
Carol?
Put back in if you wanted.
Who?
Carol can go fuck herself. As can Angie and whoever else. So let me tell you more things. Larissa said, real talk, the strictest possible protocols have happened this year. Blah, 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 blah. You'll see things we've never seen before.
Like people not socially distancing.
Yeah. There's still a chance to change the ending back to finish what we started. See, that made it sound like BB8 people coming back in. I don't get that.
I mean, if they were it would have been kind of cool to literally put those same housemates back in and pick up from the week they were on. That would be kind of cool.
Oh, that would be clever.
Now, I don't think you watch it, but I have actually been drawn into watching Drag Race UK. They had to shut down their production because of COVID, and they kind of like dispersed and they all came back and continued from that point. In theory, they could have done that with BBCAN.
That would be quite a cool idea, I think.
Especially since they just reset the game when the shutdown happened. Do you remember? Because those Jamar and problematic
Kyle.
guy got kicked out.
He was called Kyle as well, I think.
Well, new Kyle's not problematic. He's the replacement, remember?
Arissa said, this season screams Canada more than ever. I don't know what Wake up, Canada. Hopefully Marshall the Moose will be around there.
Hey, Peter.
It also has, hey, Peter, the most epic twist in Big Brother history. It isn't, but anyway. So they split the house guests into two teams. I fucking hated this. I absolutely hated it. But I was completely wrong. And in the second episode, I started to get it. But I was so pissed off that there wasn't just the usual head of household veto. I know you're not wedded to that formula like I am, but I was just like, I hate this so much. What did you think?
You
shut up.
Stale old bloody head in the past, US Big Brother aficionado.
Yeah, legacy Big Brother. Yeah.
I heard that obviously they were doing it because I looked at the stuff pre-show that they were doing a vote on the website, but I didn't bother to go and do it. So I just thought, I'll let Canada do that. Little did I know, I should have got involved.
Idiot general public.
Yeah. I trusted Canada to know better.
No.
To be honest with you, when I watched the launch show, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, it's something very different. And for this format of Big Brother, it really changes the game in the first week. And I think it's actually a good way to start because that first HOH is always an early target and it kind of eliminates that. It makes it more of a sort of UK-ish take on things because everyone gets to vote for who goes.
Yeah, you're right. It was more UK-ish.
It's like the whole house is now voting, and it just felt more kind of social game-ish than competition-ish. Although I know they had a competition to sort of choose which half was on the block, but also they are divided by bedroom, and it's not uncommon to see the bedrooms become sort of default teams anyway. I don't know. I found it interesting. I thought it was a good take.
Like B Block. Was it B Block?
From BBUK?
Yeah, with Darnell.
With Darnell? Oh, yeah. Luke and
Adam, yeah.
Yeah. There was something called B Block. I can't remember what they called the other one.
The Pink Room or some shit. I've got my mic here now. Is that good? It sounds better, I think.
It's actually being covered by your background, so I've got itchy ear.
I think it sounds better. I was just tired of holding it.
Okay. It's fine. You sound fine.
I'll hold it again at some point because I know.
Yeah, so I actually like this because I mean, Big Brother Canada are quite bold with the format, and I like it when they switch things up, and it makes it more interesting for the game. And it actually, I think, should kind of discourage the usual flow of the way we see things go, the way alliances form. Having said that, I was quite surprised to see in the second show Jedson and Tai Chon forming a cross-border alliance.
That's sorry, I can't hold it like that anymore. That's what I found interesting. That
didn't last very long.
That's the part that I found so interesting. That there was moles within the teams. I really like that.
Oh, we love a mole in Big Brother.
Yeah, it was good. Like, because it was like, oh, the teams actually have to fucking turn on each other and eat their own, and that was good. And then I got the point of the twist at that point.
The only thing that my sort of reservation with this is I don't really want it to be a 1 week thing, and I don't know if
it's not.
It's not. But how long is it going to go on for?
She said something. Oh, she said. Arissa said. Cat's mother said. The line will be drawn until one day.
The line in the sand.
Until one day, everyone for themselves. So not long then, I put. Do I sound weird? I feel like I sound weird.
No, you don't.
Okay.
So this kind of reminds me of Survivor in a little kind of way, because in Survivor they start off in two tribes.
Oh yeah.
And then halfway-ish, you get the merger where they become one.
The merge, kind of similar. The merger.
No, they call it the merger.
No, it's called the merge.
In the UK, we called it the merger. I've only watched UK Survivor.
Well, in the US, it's called the merge.
Is it? That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it the merger over here.
The merger sounds like some businesses coming together.
That is what it's like. I remember when Ula and I can't remember what the other tribe was called merged in the merger.
So forget about merger. That's nonsense. So the two teams were Defenders versus Destiny. Those are shit team names.
Defenders versus Destiny.
Destiny.
That sounded sexual when you did it.
It did. Oh.
Do you know what? Now we've got these new mics. We could do ASMR videos, Lynsey.
Oh, welcome to BB Blast.
I'm just dipping my biscuit into this hot, juicy tea. We'll do Big Brother quote ASMR.
Yeah. Do you even kiss me? Anyway, so Arissa then said one word. You know what that word was? She
Game
said
on, Moles. No, I don't know.
one word dot and then a word.
Bigbrother.ca.
She said
Bigbrothercanada.ca. What did she say?
one word lit. How long ago did people stop saying lit? It
Hey,
was
people
about
have not stopped
10 years
saying
ago.
lit. No, it was
It was
not.
about 10 years ago,
That is
wasn't it?
very much current. Don't you come for Arissa's lexicon like that?
She don't mind. It's true. No one
No,
says that.
people do say that. So this is going to be lit.
Fuck says that.
I don't know who you've been mixing with on Twitter, but they're not the cool
No
people.
cunt, because I've been on my own for a fucking year.
I said on Twitter.
Oh,
not the
on
cool
Twitter,
people.
just old people, old minge bags.
I think you'll find if you go to Instagram, you try to add a sticker, one of the top ones will be that flame that says lit in it.
I don't know about them stickers and them stories and TikTok and
You
all that.
see, perhaps you're falling behind
Maybe
the
I'm the
times.
one who's behind.
You ought to keep up with Arissa.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you know what I did feel that perhaps the script of the show felt more naturally Arissa, and you could tell she'd had a bigger hand in it than
Oh, because
usual.
she probably wrote it.
Yeah, she does her she does her own scripts and everything. Maybe she does.
Right, so now I'm going to talk you through the housemates.
See how I like it.
I'll tell you their whole blurb, and you can tell me what you think of them.
Okay.
Kiefer, is it Kiefer or Kiefer?
Kiefer.
I struggle with that word. Kiefer, mullet, 32, an athletic beast underneath, a radio host from an island, Haiti Guia. He appreciates a matriarchal society, and he is a resilient person.
I thought he was gay at first, but I don't think he is.
I thought he was too. Maybe he's in the closet.
To be honest, I was like, oh, these what are they called? Team leaders. Not called, are they? What are they called?
Line managers.
These line managers, as voted by Canada, are the LGBTQ team. That's what I thought. But then I realized, oh, he's not actually. He just seems really gay.
He's indigenous, isn't he? So that he's got that minority.
Gay or indigenous? That's the confusion that people have.
Yeah, you got to be something. As long as you ain't white, it's all good.
I was joking. They have that like European. We have like European or gay. Like, is that person European or gay? Because like often European people are quite flamboyant, but they're not actually gay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that was a common misconception. Like,
oh right,
First Nationer or gay.
Don't you think it's getting harder to tell who's gay and who isn't, or is that just an old person thing to say too?
Yeah, it's just the old people, especially the straight people.
I don't have a
clue. You should, given how many gay friends you've got.
I'm a fag hag. Do you know Lorcan got banned from Twitter for a week for saying he was Brown's fag hag?
No.
He got banned from Twitter for a week.
He said that she was going to be. Yeah, was this a tweet where he said she was like I don't know. It was like a drag race. She's a drag race gift. Yeah, he called her a fag hag. Who reported that?
Fuck knows. He got banned for a week. Probably those Johnny Depp cunts.
No, you know what that is? That's people who don't know that fag is not offensive here.
Yeah. Fag in the UK just means cigarette ash. Actually, in the case of fag hag, it doesn't mean cigarette ash.
Oh, no, you're right.
Oh, but shit. It's still not offensive. No, but fag with the word hag on isn't offensive.
Well, that's an example of taking the offensive word into our own use, right?
And
owning it.
Yeah.
That's so annoying. Those people are so dumb. Why do they do that?
Unless it's an algorithm. Could be an algorithm.
No, I think the algorithm should be able to look at fag and hag together and know that's not offensive. I don't know.
Yeah, I should do. Anywho, do you want the next one? Tina Thistle. She who doesn't love the friendly Newfoundlander? What the fuck is that word?
Newfoundlander.
Newfoundlander. Who doesn't love the friendly Newfoundlander? Me, I don't. She's gay. She's 42. which she said was middle-aged. Fuck you, Tina. And she has been with her partner for 20 years. That is a long time. She
Wow.
likes hockey. She's a graphic designer. And that's it. What do you think?
Boring.
Oh, she's just the worst.
She seems to have annoyed you. I'm not really sure why.
I just think, yeah, because she's like someone you work with who you have to put
Oh,
up with. And I don't
yeah.
want to put up with her on TV.
No, she's definitely Tina in HR.
Exactly. Like, I just don't need it. She's Karen, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know if we could call her Karen. That's very offensive.
Well, I'm calling her it.
You can't be gay in a relationship with a woman for 20 years and be a Karen, can you?
Well, I'm calling out Canada. Why did you vote for her? Tell me why, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, I do want to know why, actually.
Yeah, why? Tell us why now.
Tell me
Okay,
why.
so okay, tell me about this part. The
Yeah.
housemates came in, they were wearing masks. Arissa said they've been tested 3 times. So why the fuck are they still wearing masks? And why is Arissa not wearing a mask? Is it okay for Arissa to not wear that mask? Because when Julie did it, we fucking called her out, and now Arissa's doing it. No one's saying shit. What about that?
You say, I think it was only us that called Julie out, no? Was there other people calling Julie out for not wearing a
no,
mask?
untold people called her out.
Um, I guess, like, if you think about the housemates, they are moving around production before they go in. It's probably a precautionary thing, so they don't pick it up from anyone else.
Well, what about when they come out then?
Then it's so Arissa don't get it.
Arissa's the one who's going to have it. She's out and about in the world.
Now, what a lot of people don't
Actually,
know,
maybe she's in a bubble.
no, what a lot of people don't know about Arissa is she can't stand bad breath. So she's got it in her contract that the housemates have to wear a mask regardless. Because sometimes the oral hygiene's not so great inside the house.
She's standing 6 feet away. You think it'd be all right?
Yeah, you would. I mean, social distancing should be enough. And I'm sure going through the season, they're going to be having regular COVID tests while they're in the house, right?
I don't
You'd
know.
think.
Are they getting Wendy's?
They didn't get the Wendy's for their first feast, which I was surprised about.
Chris's mum wasn't available. Anyway, follow the yellow arrows when you enter the house, Gaz. Now, Kiefer.
We like shit like that pink, that pink line. Was that pink line?
Enzo.
Pink light?
I'm watching Enzo's old season with Jack at the moment.
Oh, yeah,
Enzo is a lot more entertaining in his old season, and he's not just so boring. He's more funny.
It's quite.
Yeah,
he wasn't unentertaining in his last season. Bit of a dum dum.
Oh. Yeah. So, Kiefer, is it Kiefer? I can't get that name right. Kiefer.
Kiefer, I think.
Oh, Kiefer. Oh, fuck's sake.
This is
I'm just going to call him Mullet. No, I'm
yeah,
not.
or Uncle. We call him Uncle Buck. That's fine.
Okay. He said it's like last season, kinda, but grown over. And then he said about the teams thing. Every plan I have has gone out the door, and I thought, oh, don't admit your strategy to other people and say you had a game plan coming in.
Yeah, he came in there looking for Sheldon and Brooke. Like, I'm going to team up with them. That's what he was thinking.
Yeah, and he admitted it, and I was like, nah. So they went to the games room. What did you think of the games room?
What did it look like? I can't even remember.
It was primary colours with 2 stools in the middle.
Yeah, but quite plain though.
Yeah, it was literally just primary colours and 2 stools in the middle.
Well, there you go. Didn't think anything of it.
Okay. So they both get to pick their teammates as if it was a school
schoolyard pick, I think they call it.
Schoolyard pick, that's what Arissa said. So next in was Taichon. He is black, cute, mummy's boy, urban planner, wants to make change, could meet his wife in the house. He will use his charm. He's 29 and he hangs out with his grandma. Over. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a bit of a lag on the line there. The grandma storyline.
Any lag this side? Does it sound weird when it lags, or is it right?
It goes over to you.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it's my recording, so it probably will come out like that too.
Oh, it's not happening that often, is it?
No, people just think it's their phone signal or whatever when they're listening. blame
We've
it on
moved
that.
from Skype to Zoom to see if it's better. So let us know what you think's better.
Yeah, the grandma storyline is a reality TV staple, isn't it? If you can, in
Mm-hmm.
your VT and on the way in, align yourself with your grandma, you've already worked your way into the hearts of the audience, haven't you?
Yes. Especially if she dies when you're in the house. Are you all right there, dear?
Yeah, it's an itchy nose. Sorry.
Got an itchy nose. Gonna sneeze.
No,
Don't need another drink. Dan's not bringing you drinks like Jack's bringing me drinks.
still nursing
What's
my
that?
first drink,
What are you drinking?
ginger beer with some spirits in it. Well,
What's,
rum.
what's oh, let's see. Pregnant pause. Do you want the next one then? You're
Yeah,
done with Taiwan.
yeah, I'm done with that.
Beth. Beth is 27. She looks mumsy. Not that mumsy. She's a social worker. She grew up on a farm. She loves the smell of cow shit. She wants others to do her dirty work. BB is my calling, and she likes attention.
Oh yeah, I said she's an attention whore. Is that offensive?
No, I
Helps.
think it's
It helps to be an attention whore in Big Brother House, doesn't it?
attention whore is like fag hag. The use of the word attention diminishes the use of the word whore.
Yeah. I'm not sure about this one though. I don't know if I find her very interesting.
No, she's boring as fuck.
I'm getting Beth and Tara confused when I'm watching the show.
Mm,
Not that Tara's been in
mm,
it, I don't think. But yeah, remains to be seen if I
yeah,
find her relevant or not. I think possibly not.
I think not. Kyle will do anything to win. He's unemployed. He has a nice hairy chest, I've noted here. He said, I'm definitely going to be a fun guy. And he likes to be the little spoon.
Oh, do you know, I think like because Kyle is a replacement and we all know him to be a replacement,
He'd be
perhaps he's gonna
happy to be there.
yeah, he's gonna be super happy to be there because he didn't think he was going in, and perhaps he's gonna be like kind of warmed to for that reason by the audience.
Mm. Mm. The people's champion.
Yeah.
Next up was Julie. She has been through so much. Her name is Julie Boo. She deals with trash by putting her heels on and taking it out. She's an influencer. She's trans. She's 28. She's Asian, I think. And she's
Yes.
ready to mingle. Well, that didn't work out so well. And I wrote, has there been a trans person in Big Brother Canada before? And lots of us. No.
No. Um,
What did you think of her going in?
when I saw her, I thought like she's kind of the person who, when you're in the audition room, you know she's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
She just seemed like someone who should be on Big Brother.
Mm.
And I'm always happy to see that representation in a show like Big Brother.
Mm.
I had high hopes for her. I thought
Yeah,
she was probably going to be really entertaining.
were you a bit gutted when she went?
Oh, yeah, for sure. She's definitely the last
Yeah.
person that I wanted to go first.
Mm. Always the way, isn't it?
Well, I didn't mind Michael being evicted last year.
Who the fuck was that?
He's the only one that got evicted.
Oh,
The first guy to get evicted.
was he a jock type guy?
And more of a more sporty Kevin. What's he called? Kevin Martin?
Kevy Wevy.
Evie Wevy, yeah.
I think it's his. Did you
Kevin
hear
Robert
Kevy
Martin.
Wevy? Did you hear Kevy Wevy and Peely got engaged?
Oh, God. No, I
I
didn't.
know. Kevy, just come out the closet already. It's all
Yeah.
good. Um, he said he was open. I guess he's closed now. At this point, Jack, my boyfriend, said to me, I don't like any of these people. Do you? And I said, I don't know yet. I haven't got to know them. Did your light just come on?
No.
Suddenly looked a lot brighter.
Didn't you think that? Didn't you have good thoughts about Julie when you saw her? Good
Yeah,
BB vibes. Mm,
yeah. I thought she'd be good.
yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. So Kiefer said, is that his name?
That would do me. I think so.
Said, I barely fit in these clothes. I don't know how I'm going to fit in with these people. Now, I've got the sponsors written down for this year, and I'm
Oh
sorry
God.
to tell you,
Mm.
there's no mention of the brick. What the fuck?
Was the brick on it last year? I don't think they were they?
What the hell? So the sponsors for this year are Weber or Weber, I'm not sure.
What do they do?
They're a barbecuing
Oh, the
company.
grilling people. They supply like
Yeah.
$10,000 worth of grill equipment, don't they, to the
Fucking
winner?
hell, who needs $10,000 worth of fucking barbecuing
Mm.
equipment?
It's gonna be
Imagine
some
that.
good barbecue.
Fucking hell. I'd rather sell it and get a car. So then we had sunlight,
Oh, the
which is
detergent.
yeah, cleaning spray I've written.
You
They
notice that
also give you
little
10 grand. It's not 10 grand of cleaning products, is it?
no money, cash, courtesy of them.
That's
Um,
okay.
they'll take you to the cleaners, but the other way around. Um, have you seen their like little point of sale display that they've got set up in the
Yeah,
kitchen?
I saw it. Was it in the bathroom or the kitchen or somewhere?
Kitchen, I think.
And then classic Expedia, even though no one can go anywhere at the moment.
Yeah, that
Where's the
lounge.
Expedia lounge? There was the sort of Expedia lounge, wasn't there, with
There,
a moose in it?
there was a lounge last year that had like the departure board and stuff, but I feel like
Yeah.
now they've just sort of left a print out on the wall of a moose and put the logo
Mm.
there and been like, oh look, holidays that you can't have.
Arissa then said, "We want to respect the history of the land that this house stands on. All newcomers have been invited here with peace and respect. Shia Miwich."
How did you get down the whatever language that was?
I didn't. I just write it how she said it. Shia Miwich.
Oh,
I don't know what that
nice.
means, but it sounds good. What do you think about that?
Um,
Respecting Indigenous land.
I think it's very nice to acknowledge those people, and the people who are from that heritage will appreciate that. I think Arissa's just
I
such an
do.
all-round, brilliant at inclusivity woman that it's it would be cringy coming from anyone else. Can you
Mm,
imagine if Julie Chen started doing that sort of stuff? People like, give it a
yeah.
rest, Julie. But with Arissa, it's genuine.
Someone in my house thought it was a bit cringy.
Did Jack? Jack has something to say about it.
Not that in particular. I think he just thought it was all a bit woke. But he's only 26, so what the fuck?
Stop that criticizing that woke culture, Jack.
I know it's stupid. And I said I was going to bring it up, so fuck him. Also, um, I think me and you don't really understand the whole indigenous people thing. Like we don't have that over here, do we? Like we
No.
don't understand. I mean, we understand what it's about. People who were living there before getting fucking pillaged and moved
Yeah.
on from their own land. We understand that, but because it's not part of our culture, I think it's a bit harder for us to relate to and wrap our heads around. It is for me. I don't necessarily understand it as much.
Well, I can tell you that I just got my ancestry DNA results back.
Did you?
So I can tell you that, I am mostly an original British person. So maybe
A
it's hard to
Bedford Onion.
I've got 89.5% of my DNA is British. British and
Boring.
Irish. So yeah, it was really boring. No real surprises in my DNA apart from well
What's the 10%?
no. Well there's a bit of Scandinavian, very small
Oh,
Scandinavian, and then
it's fun.
something called Ashkenazi Jewish.
Oh,
And then
interesting.
that's like 8.66%. And then a little bit of like Iranian, Caucasian,
Oh.
Melatonin or something. But then there's like a little bit they can't actually tell what the hell I am. So the alien has arrived. But yeah, I knew about this kind of well, I knew there's like a Jewish element to my mum's heritage, and
Mhm.
people like her grandparents' parents fled the Holocaust from Poland, I think.
Shit.
But I think they were Russian.
Hmm.
But it doesn't place me from Russia, so
Hmm.
I'm a little bit confused about that. Well,
How
I
come
suppose
you got that done then?
how come I got it done? Because it
Hmm.
was a Christmas gift
Okay.
from Dan. So yeah, we both did tests. But like for me, I think when British people do those tests, you're hoping like to find something interesting, like
Yeah.
I have an Indian great uncle
Yeah.
or whatever. But I don't. I'm very European, so it's quite boring. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to know my like immediate family, let alone my fucking ancestors. No thanks.
It tells you about your remaining Neanderthal DNA as well,
Oh
and
god.
then it goes like it kind of profiles your behaviors based on some of your genes, and it says that in fact you'll like this. It said like your some part of your genealogy suggests that you find it hard to part with unneeded possessions or unused possessions. And Dan was like, "See, I told you you're a hoarder."
You motherfucker. It might probably be like 99% that. Right, moving on.
Anyway, yeah, the whole First Nation thing. No, I don't
Mm,
think that because it's not something we have here, but I do think
mm.
it's
But we can
something that we can tune into.
appreciate it
Yeah,
even if we don't fully understand it.
yeah.
So next up was Latoya. She is a cop. You pig. She is also has a swimwear line and she doesn't want any showmats in the house. She is not going to dim her light for anybody, and she's a mini superwoman.
What I want to know is how do you have a swimwear line if you're just a member of the public?
I just heard Jack open another bottle of wine. I don't know. Maybe she's not a member of the public. She's a servant of the law. What do you
She's an
think about her?
upholder of the law, is she not? Do you not? Would you not say that?
Hmm.
What do I think about her? She looks like she's got character. I think that in the current climate, it's interesting to have someone who's a black female police officer
Hmm.
to hear their view of the world. I don't know necessarily what the situation's like in Canada,
Hmm.
but given Carol's comments last series about Jamar being followed around by the police, you can bet that there's a lot of profiling that goes on.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously, not in favor of black people, so I'm interested to hear what she's got to say. And from what I've seen of her in the house so far, she looks like she's going to be quite entertaining.
I agree. Not necessarily likable, but entertaining, and that's all we can
Yeah,
ask for. Yeah, my question is she going to be more of a Derek Levasseur or a Sheriff Kathy?
testing
Let's
me
find
here.
out. Well, Derek Levasseur was like a super game player, and Sheriff Kathy got stuck in some gunk. So
Okay.
that's about it. So
Are they
next
both
up,
police officers or something? Is that why you've drawn that
yeah,
comparison?
they're both.
Okay.
Derek was an undercover cop and won Big Brother. Oh, spoiler. So Jedson, he is a personal trainer, athlete, basketball player, 6'3", single. He has confident blood. He is 25.
That's the one. Boring, you
Boring.
think?
Yeah, I know
Um,
he's all right.
I think like if we're gonna have this sort of jock comp beast, at least it's not a white boy.
I agree. Like even like if it is him, Latoya and Tayshawn, is it?
Taichon
That's a more interesting alliance already
to
than
run the
any
house. Yeah.
jock with just Dane and fucking Adam and whatever the goat.
Yeah. I think that I formed some opinions on Jedson, not all favorable, and I think
Oh.
they match the the trope that he is in the house. But I
Mhm.
think that he is a nicer package for that trope. And I think I'm going to
Mhm.
save my views on him until we get to that point.
Yeah, I don't think we've got to know him fully enough yet to comment.
No, but I got a question mark
We've not
over
got.
him, and I'll come back to that.
Oh, interesting. So next up was Austin. She says everyone sees me as this bubbly girl, but she's not even fat, so I was confused. She was singing, which was annoying. She's 23. She's funny, kind. You don't describe yourself as those things. She something with commerce, honors of commerce. Is that a degree or something? She's a bit plasticky. She's not had a boyfriend. She's a realtor and a model, and she has a very good memory. She'll be smoking those memory comps. She
she,
seems boring.
yeah, she seems quite a. Is vapid a bit too harsh? quite a vapid sort of character, a little bit bland, but I don't know if she reminds me a bit of Neha, but I don't know if I'm also like racially profiling. If that's what, do you remember Neha from
Yeah,
BBCAN?
I remember.
She was
Yeah.
actually quite a good character, but I feel like
Mm.
there's been several bland women in Big Brother Canada, and I think she's sort of skating the line of being bland but having some potential.
The women are always more bland than the men, and it's not because women are more bland than men. So it must be a casting thing. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I don't
The
know. There's been a
standout
few
women.
characters in
Oh yeah,
BBCAN history that are
I
women.
mean, the standout women have been amazing, like Ika, Karen,
Cindy with an
Neda.
S,
Yeah, who?
Jackie.
Sabrina, Jackie. Fuck off. But the stand-up men, I mean, you could name 5 women and 10, 15 men, I think. Nikki Graham.
Yeah, you could be right. Um, but then I'd say arguably, well, Canada's biggest star is a woman.
That's true. I
Mm.
would agree with that. And we don't need to say who it is because it's
No,
blatantly obvious.
blindingly obvious. But I think sometimes it surprises me. Obviously the casting might be have been approached a little bit differently this year because of the desire to make a more equal balance in the house. But it surprised me what that the same team that cast Ica and
Mm.
other people have done the subsequent casting because sometimes they've been so boring compared to those people.
I think the problem with Canada is it can sometimes be a little bit safe. And that's because Canadians are nice people. This is just a cliche, but it's true. Jack was saying he was being quite negative on the launch show, but he liked the second episode as well. I think he was biasing me. That's not a word. But anyway, he was saying like you got all this hype, all the house, like, oh my god, these 2 teams going to war, and then it's like the first housemate in is Kiefer. He's just like it's just an anticlimax.
Mm.
And I can kind of see what he means. Like it's not it's not as meat, it's something not as meaty about it. But I think you just got to get to know them. I don't think you can judge on those first impressions.
No, well, but I always find the people in Canada more genuine
Oh yeah, they're much
and
more genuine.
believable as humans. I just think a lot of the people that go into US Big Brother, they're people who I have nothing to like about them.
Caricatures.
Yeah, and I don't find anything likable or in common with them. Canada's much more like relatable.
Yeah, but Big Brother is more entertaining.
I prefer the experience of Big Brother Canada all over, from housemates to house to format, and especially the host.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying. I'm not going to tread back over this old ground again. So, next thing was Josh. He said, if I rub people the wrong way, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Not in a social game, it isn't. So,
Mm.
he is 30 years old. He says, I'm a lone wolf, also a red flag. He is not your typical Big Brother house guest. He is gay, single. Sometimes I can be a bit, aloof and cerebral. I've had a few glasses of wine
Mm.
now. He said, are we living in a simulation? I want the microchip. Normally people don't want that microchip, not want it.
What,
Thoughts?
the COVID microchip in the
Yeah, he
vaccine?
wants. Yeah, he wants it.
Do you know what the impression I got of Josh in his VT was he is a I will say what I need to say to get on this show kind of person.
Yeah, you're right. That VT, yeah.
And his VT reminded me in a big way of Luca Magnotta.
I saw your tweet.
Now, you didn't even like those tweets. I thought you'd see the same thing in him that I see because,
Which was what?
well, if you've only watched Don't Fuck with Cats, there's a lot
Yeah.
more to Luca Magnotta's story, and it seems
Oh, I know more. Don't you
look,
worry about that. I know plenty.
I'm coming to that actually. I was going to say it feels
Calm
even
down.
it feels even like a bit weird talking about that guy and giving him coverage because that's kind of what he always wanted. But like Lindsay had listened to a podcast long before, and she sent me that podcast. And
The ice pick killer.
you what?
The ice pick killer.
Um, what's
Sword
the
and
ice pick?
scale.
What's the ice pick?
The
Got
ice pick. He killed that guy with the freaking ice pick and did the video and cut off his head.
oh, it was an ice pick. Oh yeah, it was.
Hmm.
Um, there's more in that podcast about him trying to get on reality TV shows, and they have the audio from his auditions and stuff, and he's talking about his hair and stuff, and the
Yeah, I remember
vibe
that.
was so similar to Josh, and I couldn't get it out of my head. And then when I saw the clip of him going, they tweeted that clip of him going, "Oh, are we in a simulation? Simulation?" And I was like, he's just giving me Magnota vibes all over.
Poor Josh.
It's such a horrible association to make. I do apologize to Josh and his friends and family if they were listening.
I don't think Josh has got good hair though.
Yeah, his hair's all right, I suppose, if you like blonde curtains.
He's got 90s sort of
Curtains.
90s
They're curtains.
new wave sort of Manchester kind of hair right there.
To be honest, I'm surprised that he's 30.
I like Josh. I don't think he seems that gay. Do you? I don't know what that means. That might be offensive.
I was gonna say that seems a dodgy ground there. He's not like an outrageously flamboyant gay guy, is what you're saying.
No, but I didn't mean it like that. Like if I met him, I wouldn't necessarily know that he was gay.
Perhaps it's all part of a game plan, and he's actually straight. It's not
like Kenny, the opposite.
Fuck it, I'm straight.
I imagine that would be in the future when being straight is looked down upon.
Yeah.
Actually, it's already looked down upon. So, and then I cast my eye to the fashion, and I thought we've not really commented on the fashion yet, and there wasn't much to say about the fashion. There wasn't any outfits that particularly stood out to me. There wasn't anything
Kiefer had a horrible blazer on. The tailoring in Canada is terrible.
I liked Victoria's key earrings. Did you see those?
No, I didn't notice actually.
Yeah,
I saw someone tweet about it, but I didn't see it myself.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. Arissa looked good. What do you think?
Did you notice the embellishment on Arissa's dress on the side?
Yes. Oh no! What did it say something on?
No, it was a phoenix, I believe, a gold phoenix rising from the flames, like Big Brother was rising. She had a lot of leg out, didn't she, Arissa? She was serving leg.
Jack was going, "Oh, what's that type of dress called that Arissa wears?"
I was going to get you in one.
Yeah, the thigh split dress. I don't think it would have quite the same effect. Right, what's next?
You'll look like you're in a pillowcase all gathered around your neck, around your ankles because you're not tall enough.
What? Fuck off. Arissa's the same fucking height as me, so fuck you.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not going to go into that as personal. Anyway, I'm 6'2", so never mind.
I'm trying to think about the time that Arissa walked into that bar where we were sat.
Yeah.
And I think we both said she seems so much smaller in real life.
Yeah, she's the same height as me, that's why. Or similar height to me, maybe a couple of inches.
I think it's because of the hair, obviously. She's obviously, when you factor in the hair, like she's a lot taller than you. So I feel like you're not comparable.
I think we had that conversation.
There's a picture of you stood next to her, and I'm sure you look a lot shorter.
Oh, fuck off. I've just dropped my notebook.
Get back on those notes.
I probably am shorter, but she might have had heels on, and I don't wear heels. Anyway, someone said, what's with the pocket square to someone? And I thought, don't shame the pocket square. And then Tyshawn and Jetson.
Yeah,
the fuck are these people called?
Think of the Jetsons, but put a
Jetson. They said, we'll be the undercover brothers. But then they got to pick for different teams. So, but actually, that's kind of even better in a way. Yeah, because you've got the snakes and the snakes on the plane. Then we were introduced to Brayden. He is a petty bitch and spiteful. His words, not mine. He, a student of anthropology, he is ready to throw a little tea and shade, and he is not afraid to cut a bitch. What thoughts?
I hate it, but like when I saw Brayden, I was reminded of Gary, even just his profile picture. And
the first thing I wrote was prepubescent Gary.
Yeah, Peter Brown called him like a dollar store or like a bargain Gary.
Oh,
And that was Peter Brown. And to which someone said that
Also,
Peter Brown's like a bargain store evil dick.
it's more a bargain store. Someone else. Not sure.
um, I think Braden is the kind of housemate that I want to see go far, and I want the victory for the girly boys. I want, the culmination of that story for him and
I
for Gary
think
and for the girly boys.
I think Braden's either going to be really good or really annoying, and maybe a bit of both. But we'll soon see. It won't take long to work it out.
Yeah, we'll see how he is as a game player. I don't know if he's controlled enough to be good in the game.
I know what you mean, and I was disappointed when he voted Julie out as well.
Same, me too.
Mm. Next in is Rohan. He said, "I talk a big game and play a better one. I want to be the snake that eats the rat." He's 26, a strategic partnerships manager. He says, "I aspire to be the puppet master." He wants a flirt mance. He likes to compliment people and he wants to make people come at each other.
Come at me, bro. You know what? Not many people spoke about showmances this time around, and I actually don't think there's going to be I don't think there's going to be many showmances. I feel like there could possibly be one or two, maybe one, but I don't feel like everyone's looking for a showmance.
Mm.
Sometimes don't you get the impression from pre-show stuff or VTs that people are kind of like looking for that showmance? I don't feel that from these people.
Mm. Well, they got Love Island to go on, don't they? What are your thoughts on Rohan? Nothing?
No, not a lot yet. Too early to say. Seems all right.
I thought he did well to not be on the block this week.
I thought he was going to, yeah, I thought he was actually going to go.
I thought he'd be a bit more awkward and a bit more not fitting in. And whatever he did to stay in, I thought fair play.
Yeah, I think perhaps you didn't have to do much this time around because Julie was such a big character.
Yeah, she did blow up her own game, let's be honest. Victoria, she said, "I am the queen. I am spicy. I'm a youth advocate. I'm bubbly." She's not fat either. She said she's high energy. She grew up in the child welfare system, a group home, which gave her a good social game. She's fun and she can't wait to hug people and handshake. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about this. How nice was that to actually see people able to fucking hug each other? Imagine coming from lockdown and going into imagine what culture shock that is. What were your thoughts about that?
I think that for us from the outside, it still looks like, oh,
weird.
Like,
yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's strange to see them able to do it. I don't think I could actually go and do that yet. I think I'm still, and I'm in the mindset of being a little bit afraid of that level of contact with people from outside of my environment. But I suppose, they've all been through the same tests as you, and they're probably confident that everything's been done really well. So,
well, you're going to be living with them, so
perhaps they're craving that attention or that connection.
There was something really nice and really special about that, I thought.
Yeah, it actually looked, I mean, this Big Brother has looked very normal so far. To see people acting like that and like huddling together on a sofa, I noticed it, whereas I never usually would. But and then at the same time I was like, but this is just normal Big Brother. It's cool. It's good to have it.
Yeah, it is. And I think it won't go off this year, will it? Because they've got all the protocols in place.
I mean, not unless someone actually gets it inside the house.
Which, how could they?
You always have this discussion. Like, things entering the house from outside could easily be carrying the virus. I mean, they probably are disinfecting everything from cereal boxes to laminates for task instructions, aren't they? Because they've got to be real careful, I suppose. And they wouldn't have been able to run this show unless they were proven to have COVID safe procedures in place.
Did you notice when they got the takeaway, the feast or whatever it was all given to them in individual boxes?
Containers, yeah.
And they did seem to be a sponsor so far. No KFC, no Twistos, no Wendy's.
Wendy's is still present in the storeroom though, as a hat.
Oh. I see. So what are your thoughts on Victoria?
She seems like the kind of person that I'm gonna like as a person. I don't think she's gonna play the game well.
No. I think I like her, but I think she could be annoying too, but I'm not sure. The
She's
jury's
very
out.
excitable.
She's like, it's like, oh,
But
stop.
she really came through in that first competition, which
She did.
might not actually be good for her though. That's the thing.
It's because that competition was individually calibrated.
Of course.
Okay,
Canada wouldn't have any favoritism.
so next next is Tara. Is it Tara? That don't sound right.
Terror, yeah, I think so.
She's 37. She's a MILF. She's a mum of two. She wants to be the first mum to win. She's energetic. She's a spin instructor. She's loud. And then Arissa said to them, "Are you ready to go hard?" Which I wrote down. What do you think of Tara?
I think she's the one I'm getting confused with Beth all the time.
Yeah, but she's like 10 years older than Beth.
I don't feel like she's been in the show yet. Was she even in the second show? I don't think so.
She said one thing, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of her to have any sort of judgment at this point.
She's attractive.
Okay.
I think she's up Jack Street, you know.
Do you
That's
really
the
want me
older
to say it? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say the older lady.
Yeah. She's only 37.
Older than him.
Oh yeah. So Kiefer
Yeah.
said to Tina, let's pick guys and girls. So he picked guys and she picked girls. And she was like, nah, not happening.
No.
That was quite clever of him to say that though, because you know the guys are gonna stick together better than the girls are.
Yeah, but everyone's always after that fabled girls alliance.
Hmm. Yeah, but it
Never
never
works.
happens.
Never works.
Maybe in like 2030 that will actually come to fruition. So then Arissa announced the twist.
What did you think about the fact they got to watch but without sound?
It's
I think
okay.
just let them hear them. No, I think it's more fun if they can actually hear.
But then they would have known that Jetson
Jetson is a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at them. You can tell already that they're going to be.
Yeah, they've got the
strong.
same hair. So Kiefer picked Taechon, the cop, Latoya, Josh, Julie, Brayden. He has picked a good mix of demographics here. Don't you think? He didn't pick all the jocks and stuff.
Yeah, but you probably couldn't because of the schoolyard pick.
Oh yeah.
Once you take a jock, the other person takes a jock, right?
That's true. Tina picked Jedson, the MILF, Kyle, attention.
See, you just said first in your list there first were Taechon and Jedson, right? So the two jocks
they were the first
were immediately snapped up.
Yeah. Victoria and Austin. Last picked was Brayden, the black gay man. Just saying.
This is what we have to highlight in this section.
Oh, and Rohan.
I think that it was so inevitable that Brayden would be left last on the bench. And for every gay guy watching that, you just felt like this reminds you of being in school and the awkwardness of PE lessons and being a gay guy in that environment. It's just so uncomfortable. And I was like, someone just don't let him be in this position. Like, someone have the foresight to not let the gay guy be the last guy on the bench, but they didn't. And it was really painful as a gay guy watching it.
But a gay guy I'm going to be ignorant here, but a gay guy can surely be athletic too.
Yeah, they can. And actually, if we're going to keep comparing Brayden to Gary, Gary is actually very good in the comps. Because Gary was underestimated too.
Yeah, but because I can't imagine you being shit at PE or whatever, because you like exercise and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I like it. I think it's in my DNA. I mean, I don't refer to the test, but I don't get along with like football and rugby and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
And those sports are always uncomfortable, I think, for gay guys at school.
Well, also for the person like me who was second last to be picked, because there was a fat girl with a limp in my class, and I was the second last to be picked after her because I
No.
was just terrible at absolutely everything. I fucking hated it so much.
Mm.
Hockey, net, all of it. I just hated it so much.
I
So I
actually
can
really
fully
liked
know.
hockey.
Did you?
Yeah, hockey was one of my favorite sports. Like, winter, hockey was in winter, right? Yeah.
Mm,
When hockey season came in, I was like quite happy because it meant that football and rugby had passed. I
mm.
didn't have to catch a ball or kick a ball. I just had to smash one with a stick. That was fine. And I could run. So cross country, I was good at that. And athletics, I was good. But yeah, football and stuff, those were dark days.
I wasn't good at anything. I just stopped going in the end. Rounders, I didn't mind. Does that count?
Yeah, of course. Rounders is like when girls are good at rounders, like they're a force to be reckoned with. The rounders girls,
I
they're
wouldn't.
like,
I wouldn't say I was good at it. So Rohan didn't want to be picked last. He said, "Is there something on my shirt?" Well, why would that make you the last person to be
see,
picked?
apprentice person thinks he's not going to get in the interview because something's on his shirt.
Weird. Then Arissa said, "There's not going to be any HOH or veto this week," and I was just like, "Ugh, how boring! The HOH and veto is where it's at."
Well, I saw
But
someone else tweet that and be like, "Oh, what's going to be in the show?" And I was like, "Oh, people
mm,
living in a house. That's what we're here for."
that might be what you're here for. Um, so the both captains were safe, and then they had the safety comp. Um, and I had the hump here. I was like, I just want things to happen organically. I don't want to see this twist. I was just like, nah, no, no, no. But I was
Well,
wrong.
do you know? I feel like they've done this in the past where the first comp is like visually it's quite impressive. They like to do a big impressive competition on the first show,
Hmm.
haven't they? I'm sure they've done it really early on. The one with the
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
and when
Oh yeah.
Anthony was in there. Um, but yeah, you are going to have to fill me in on this competition because my stream went down. I missed the whole section before the whole third section because of trying to watch that live stream.
Do you know what? It wasn't that interesting. So they had
I had to
oh
hold up a
this
bucket.
it reminded me of a Big Brother Australia competition. I just don't think it's that interesting to watch. Like they were filling up the buckets and then like they could fill up people's buckets sort of strategically, you could fill up someone's buckets, try and sort of fuck them up.
Right.
But visually to watch that, it's not that interesting. Someone trying to hang on to a bucket. Like, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
You
I just
say
thought it was
that, but like, did you not enjoy
boring.
the Big Brother Australia focus on comps and like
Some
watching
of the comps were
Anthony
good.
kind of hold up
Some
that
of them
thing
were
with the
good.
drip?
The comp needs to be interesting to watch. It doesn't matter what the concept of the comp is. You need to like be like, oh my god, this is going to happen. Oh my god, that's going to happen. That doesn't happen in something like this, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
You don't know because you didn't even fucking see it.
I said that in that comp they should have been holding up Cindy with an S on that wire.
Oh yeah, that was a good comp. That was a good one. Um, so in the end,
In the
um,
end, doesn't even matter.
Victoria, Victoria, Braden, and Rohan were the three left, which was quite interesting because you wouldn't necessarily pick those, although it was individually calibrated, so you never know. And Rohan, Rohan said, "Obviously, I'm on my own team, so I want my team to win." um, obviously, and then Victoria won. That was a surprise.
Yeah, curveball.
And Kiefer's team lost. And
What do
then
you
I
think?
realized
Yeah.
on my second watch that I liked everyone on Kiefer's team, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Do you think that because we wouldn't have expected Victoria to win, do you think that some of those stronger people dropped out earlier than they perhaps could have gone in order to
I
not
don't
look too
reckon.
strong early doors?
No one said that during the comp. It's a
Hmm.
good point, but no one actually. Normally, they kind of say it if they are, and I
Yeah.
don't remember anyone saying it. So Arissa said, BBCAN is back and doing the most. Too much. All right.
Doing too much, did you
The
say?
nominees get to, yeah. The nominees get to vote as well. Now that was the part where it got interesting, where the nominees got to vote against their own. That was when the strategy came into play, and that was when the gameplay came into play, and that was when I started to get interested.
Yeah, I had assumed it would be only the winning team that got to evict.
Exactly, and then it would have been so boring. But the team having to decide, okay, who needs to go out of our own team?
Yeah,
that was interesting. So
see, you do like this twist. Big Brother Canada
I
bringing the
do.
social experiment.
Yeah, but I didn't like it the first episode, but I liked it the second episode. So at the end, Jack was very upset that Arissa didn't do Someone Is Always Watching.
Did she not on the first episode? She did in the second one.
No, she said it, but she didn't do the salute.
She didn't do this? Oh,
no.
Arissa.
And I presume she got some feedback on Twitter about that, because by the second episode, she did it. He's like, that's my favourite thing, and she didn't do it. He was very, very upset.
That is your brand, Arissa. Keep it consistent.
Because she goes, oh, stay safe, and someone is always watching. Well, we don't want that stay safe. Jack, I was just complaining about you saying about Arissa not saluting on the first. Yeah. We have.
He sent a strongly worded letter.
Yeah, you drunk?
Yeah, a little bit. Did you say?
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm trying. What are you saying, Kev?
I need the wine. I said,
do you want to go and get a drink?
No, it's all right. I still got the end of this one. I said, did he send Arissa a strongly worded letter?
No, we just hope for the best, and the universe delivered. We're on episode 2. Have you got notes for episode 2?
Yes, I do.
Good. Even the BB announcer guy said, "Get lit."
Arissa's writing it all. I'm telling you.
I know. Jack said people don't say "get lit," and he's 26, so.
I think it's not a very British thing to say.
Oh, okay.
So Kiefer questioned about the house guests in the house when they were watching on the screen. This is in the recap, by the way. Are they all models? And I said, no, not until you've done one season of Big Brother Canada. Do you remember when in BBCAN 5, was it 5? Yeah, when the ex-housemates walked in, someone went, oh, they all look like models. It's like, is it when you've done one series, you get like really attractive or something?
Oh, yeah. About when Ica walked in.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Ica did have a glow up.
And then some.
Team Defender were on the block. Apart from the captain, did you remember that Kiefer's team were called Defender?
No.
Defender and Destiny.
I hate those team names. They're awful.
They said in the thing that it was a historic 6 housemates on the block.
I forgot that we could do the echo. We should be doing this a lot more.
I wonder if actually does it sound kind of nice to have a bit of an echo at all times? Possibly not.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I'm Nigella Lawson.
The microwave. Victoria thinks that having pink hair and a loud voice makes her an early target. And I said, I don't think so, but winning that challenge might.
It's like, I'm Mad Me, wasn't it?
It's like, what?
I'm Mad Me.
Absolutely mad me.
Yeah, oh, I'm crazy. It's like that. It's like, having pink hair doesn't make you that interesting. No. Calm
down. Braden and Julie were bonding in the kitchen. He said to Julie, basically, like, you two, you and I are like on the same page here. We should align, but I want Jed. I was going to say Jedward. Jedson on the alliance. Do you remember this bit?
Yeah. And Julie said, I'm the trans girl. I still have my story to share. She should have kept that story up her sleeve and then not been evicted the first week.
Well, we'll come to that. This is where I've really got thoughts on this episode. Let's just
hold on. Before you go on, yeah. I've got a bit before that.
Go on.
Josh said, we need to get out the weakest link of the team so we can beat the other team. So he wanted to get out the weakest link of his own team.
Yeah.
So the next week, they would have a stronger chance of winning the competition. Don't you think that is good gameplay?
Yeah, well, Josh was also feeling at risk, so he he had to say that.
He
I
was,
mean,
but the fact that someone's saying that and thinking
mm,
strategically like that
mm,
got me interested. I was like, oh, okay, something is happening. It's not just like there's no HOH, there's no veto. They're just chilling.
there's still
There is still
strategy.
strategic game going on. Yeah. So I was interested in that. Go on. Let's see your thoughts.
Um, Hear my thoughts about that.
No,
Oh,
about whatever you were going to say next.
I'm back with Braden and Julie in the kitchen. Sorry. Braden says,
Exactly.
Braden said, obviously it can't be Rohan about the eviction, I think. And then I said here that Judy was weaponizing her trans status. That's what you said, but she's not shared her story yet.
Shout
Which
out Luke A.
do you know what? Like that is the kind of her raison d'etre, isn't it?
Mm,
That's what her YouTube channel is mostly about, and that's why she wants to get in the
mm.
house, and that's kind of like a noble thing. I like that. Um,
But in the future, it'll be like trans people can just go in the house and they don't even have to tell their story. Like gay people go in and they don't have to like, oh, can you tell me your coming out story? Like what happened later? Do you know what I mean? You're just are who you are and that's that. But we're
well,
not quite there
hopefully,
yet.
no, we're not.
No,
Even
we're way off.
amongst
Something.
even amongst like the gay community. Shout out Michelle Visage. There's contingent who disregards the T. It's like LGB, this LGB group who disregard trans people.
Oh, really?
So like if this community hasn't fully accepted yet, there's a long way for everyone to accept, get used to, But this is how it happens.
Just like those
Exposure
fucking,
on
just like those
TV.
turfs.
Oh yeah, it's all about
Same
like those
thing.
people. Same thing. Yeah.
Like, just fuck off. Just shut up. You're not speaking for all women, so shut the fuck up.
Tychon and Jedson were trying to form a cross-team alliance, and they want to recruit Latoya. Anything more on that?
I've put the Black Persons Alliance.
Mm,
That's it.
not only because you've also got Victoria, who's not an asset
Oh,
physically
was
to the game.
Victoria in it? Was she in
No,
it?
no, no, no. What I'm saying is they don't exclusively want to align the black players.
Oh, yeah, but the tighter part of that is Jedson, Tachon, and Latoya. They were tight talking in that Expedia lounge, weren't they?
Yeah, later on, because basically
Strategizing.
that's Tychon and Jedson sort of putting their plan into action.
Hmm.
Kiefer said about this is when they found out about slop, I think. He said, my life is
Mm.
gourmet. I'm sure someone said that in the past. My life is gourmet. That sounds a very
Gary.
familiar Big Brother thing. Did he say that?
Oh, hold on. No, not Gary. Hold on. Fuck. Yeah, you're right. Who the
My
fuck was
life is
that?
gourmet.
Someone camp. Someone very camp.
Could have been Gary.
It could have been Gary, but I feel like it was more recent. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're right. That rings a strong bell.
Braden said he told himself that he would not eat slop once. And then cut to currently in the house, the losing team. No, was it losing team? Yeah,
Yeah.
they were only getting slop.
They were all eating that slop out of the same bucket,
Very COVID
not
secure in there, obviously.
not individual packets. Here's
Individual
your
slop
little
buckets.
strew. What are those things called? They're little tube things. Here's your little
Froob.
strew. Yeah, here's your little froob of strop. Slop. Oh, God, never mind. Oh God.
They got their feast. You might have something before this. Do you have anything before they got their feast? Feast
No.
arrived, and I noted that it wasn't even Wendy's or the Outback Steakhouse. Julie said that the slop would be good to use as a face mask.
That's probably true.
We've never seen anyone do that in the past. We've seen slop cookies, but we've not seen slop face masks.
Towie.
What's that?
Towie's trying to get in it. That's all right. I ignore.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to take the lead on this? I'm worried I'm going to overlook
No, carry on.
interesting things you've got.
No, I've not got that much. If it's that interesting, just I'll butt in.
The
Oh, I have got a point.
Yeah.
Come on, come in. Barry, come in. Victoria. Which
In,
BBUK housemate does she remind you of?
is it
Harry, come here.
is it Latoya? Nah. Is it Vanessa?
Vanessa Feltz.
No, Vanessa from Big Brother 6, who
Oh no.
got
Harry, come here.
face to face evicted.
Harry, come up here. Oh, he's ruining the podcast. Harry, come here.
No, you are by fussing around with Towie. Ignore him.
How the fuck can you ignore that fucking racket? Come here, boy. No, it is. It is Bex. Come on, you bastards. Don't think she has Bex energy. Like, just over the top, like, just in your face, just kind of annoying.
Yeah, no, you say that. I do kind of see it. And especially when she was like holding her boobs, getting out the shower.
Yeah, it was that whole thing was just like pure attention seeking, like, oh, look at me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I kind of related to her because she was like, oh, I'm in the Big Brother shower. Like, that's the sort of shit that I would be excited about when I was in the Big Brother house,
That whole scene, though, it was like they were laughing so much. I don't think it was that funny.
No, it was hysterical, but I think that's probably just a symptom of having just come out of a lockdown and gone into the Big Brother house. Like, I think I'd lose my shit as well.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we didn't actually see anything, did we? Like, I think that she managed to cover herself in time. No,
Oh, yeah, I saw her butt.
did they like? I think they blurred it a little bit.
Yeah.
That in the bathroom, this kind of alliance seemed to be forming between Victoria, Tina, and I think it was Beth. Right? Was that Beth?
Yeah, that's Beth.
Beth, we think is quite boring, no?
Yeah, I've written literally here Beth dash boring.
Good. I don't have anything more to say about that alliance. Do you?
No, nothing.
Next, there was a strat chat going on, which yes, I'm carrying that lingo over from BBAU. In the Expedia lounge, this was Latoya and Jedson aiming for Julie to go, who they called their weakest player.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, no.
Yeah. Equal chic. Jedson was wearing socks and sandals.
Oh, always eek. Always.
Even if they're sliders, you don't give a pass for sliders.
Same thing. Nah, I definitely not. Gross.
Anything more about them discussing getting Julie out?
What is this room? Where's Marsha? Latoya, can we just get to this and start playing? I want to identify a target. I was like, oof, strong words there. I like it. And hold on, I have to turn the page. I've put minorities going after minorities, but I guess that is going to happen in this season. I think the bros are smart to team up with her because she's shrewd. Turning against the weakest rather than turning against the strongest is an interesting twist. Yeah, so they're trying to pick off like the weaker players, aren't they? Instead of the comp. Normally they'd be going after the comp beasts, wouldn't they? Because they don't want them to win the next HOH. But because they're team, they want to keep those strong players in there and target the weak players, get rid of them. They're no good for the team. That is an interesting dynamic
twist
shift.
On it. Yeah.
A paradigm shift, if you will.
Yeah, I'm glad you've said that because it hadn't occurred to me because I don't think about this strategy as much as you do. But obviously Jedson and Latoya were on the same team as Julie, right?
That was the interesting part. No, yeah. Jedson and Tae-John are not on the same team. Yeah, but they are.
No, yeah, so they're like, he's a bolt on.
Yeah, so they're like turning. They're in an alliance and they're turning on their own team. And when the team has like strategy to, we need to get this person out, we need to get that person out. You got that snake in the midst. You got Dominique there. Like, what does a snake do?
That thing.
It's there. Yeah, you got a problem right there. It's true. That is what actually got me going. I was like, oh, this is actually interesting and this is actually cool.
Yeah, this I just noted here that the nominees voting feels quite BB UK, even though nominees don't Do they vote? Yeah, they do. They do vote in BBUK.
Yeah, but I
Been
know
so
what you
long, I can't
mean.
remember. Yeah, it felt more. I don't know. It felt more open, more of an open playing field.
Mm.
Um, what about the Dolls Alliance? Do you remember who is in the Dolls
Yeah.
Alliance? Is that even an alliance, or is that just a play name?
Austin, Julie, and Braden. Braden said, "Can you imagine if we ran this house?" Not really. Anything else about that?
um, I wasn't sure if this was just like a social alliance more than any sort of serious game alliance. It's just something they can like play about and they can make good gifts.
It's
But
just
like,
a bitching alliance.
yeah, exactly. Is it really for the good of their games, or is it just because they actually gel with
Like
one
each
another?
other.
Yeah, they actually like each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Team Destiny. Well, I think Beth were in their bedroom discussing a tie break situation.
Oh yeah. I remember that. No, that wasn't Beth.
Was that not Beth? Was that Tara?
No, that was the mill.
Oh God, I've already got them really properly confused in my mind.
That's why you thought she wasn't in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jensen was asking for them to tell their coming out. So, okay, this is the most important part of this episode, I would say,
Oh yeah,
until the
hang on.
eviction.
Let me just check if I have anything for that.
All right, because I want to get
Oh
into this.
yeah, yeah. It was never have I ever, and then it turned into that, right?
So they're
Go
all
on.
sitting in their kind of like garden, which is enclosed, isn't it? They've got so much space out there.
That don't you think that garden's kind of weird? There's like all that marble flooring and a lot of I don't know. It seems odd.
It's more of a courtyard, isn't it?
It's I don't. I'm not sure I like it, but carry on.
I don't really have the quote, but Judson says basically, I'll be interested to hear your coming out
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
And they're all sat around. Um, and it was Josh that was the first to step up to tell his story. But when he said this, I was like, it's not really for you to say, I want to hear these stories. Like, let
That
them,
Jensen said.
yeah, it's not Jedson's
Yeah.
place to say, can you tell me these stories? Because they're very personal stories for everyone involved and or personally affected. And also, those are those housemates' storylines to manage for themselves. And going in there
Mm.
as someone who has that story, it might be something that you want to keep to yourself until later on when you need it in a strategic sense. I thought,
Yeah.
cynical me thought, is Jedson trying to defuse these housemates' emotional storylines? Is he dismantling their emotional bombs before they can go off right here publicly
Wow.
in a scenario where you can't say, I don't want to tell you that because we're bonding here and we're opening. And if I refuse or I close up, then it looks bad. Did you think
Wow.
this?
No, I did not. But I like it. I like the idea of it. I thought he was just being a nosy fucker.
I think he was being nosy. I think he was being quite insensitive, and I think it showed that he had
Tact.
yeah, no sense of what that's like to have to come out, or
But
how difficult it could be for some people to talk about it.
I do completely agree. And me and Jack said the same thing. But I think Latoya kind of jumped on the opportunity and she wanted to come out as bisexual, didn't she?
Yeah, she said, "I don't really have an out story because I'm not out, but maybe I am now."
Hmm.
But her friends she said she wasn't out yet. Her friends and family know. So to a degree, you are out. But is it like, okay, people at work don't know or what?
Hmm.
Who doesn't know? If your friends and family know, who else is there
Yeah,
to tell?
that's true. That's true. The cops probably.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Julie said she came out twice, once as gay and once as trans. And she did a kind of girly voice speech and said, I'm so glad I didn't give up in high school. And I just thought, Julie, don't say this. Save it. Save
Save
it for
this.
another one.
Well, a good job she didn't save it because there was no time, unfortunately.
Would
But
never have happened.
yeah, I felt that. Yeah, I didn't. I think with that sort of thing, especially for Julie, I don't think she should have been asked for that story. I think that she should have chosen the moment that she wanted to divulge that because
we never saw her kind of tell the housemates she was trans, did we?
no, but she talked about it freely with
Mm,
Braden, so it's kind of like, well, it's very different to some other trans narratives that we've seen in the house, like Nadia and
mm.
BBUK.
It's funny because this is how old I am. I said to Jack, I wonder if she's going to tell the other housemates that she's trans.
No, but I think I wondered the same because we've seen a trans housemate go into the house and not identify as trans. But I
And
think
I didn't recognize that she was trans straight away.
I had an inkling from the picture, but
Jack did as well, but I didn't know. So she wouldn't necessarily have, she could have passed.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think she definitely passes. I think
Mm,
she could have. I think this is the difficult thing for a trans person. And also, if you think about the first trans housemate in Big Brother UK, that was in 2004. And actually, a lot has changed even since then, even though it doesn't seem very far away to us. I think a lot has changed in
mm,
terms of um,
it has.
acceptance and knowledge, and things are getting better. So it's
Yeah,
safer to be open about it now.
yeah,
But it would have been interesting to see, had Julie not said she was trans, whether people would have started to ask whether she was trans amongst themselves.
yeah. I'm sure they would have.
And I don't know whether Big Brother Canada would have put that in the show, but
Mm,
it was definitely something that people started to question when we had a trans housemate in the UK. And then I've seen, well, I've more recently watched when that housemate went to the Australia house, and the way the Australian housemate spoke about her was awful,
oh, I can imagine.
really awful.
Mm. It is a shame that we haven't got to see a trans person in the show over a few weeks. It is a real shame that it was just 1 week. And I was trying to think about BBUS, and I thought, has there ever been a trans person in BBUS? And I remembered there was.
There has,
Or,
yeah,
or, or Audrey. I nearly said Aubrey. Audrey.
yeah.
And then I
She's
thought,
she's the one that runs that like online
sequester.
Big Brother thing. Yeah,
Yeah. And the reason why I didn't remember her straight off is because she passes so well. Like you almost wouldn't even think of it. So I'd forgotten that she was trans.
did she talk about it in the house though?
Yeah, she talked about it, and it was really interesting, but I'd completely forgotten. So I thought, well, that's kind of good that US have it, because I thought, oh, US would never, and I thought, oh, actually, US. So it's good that Canada have, but it's such a shame that it's just ended too soon.
Mm, yeah. But so in a way, it is good that she did get the chance to tell that story because that was what she was there for. So
Mm.
she kind of
But should she just be there
achieved
for
it.
that? Like, that's not her entire personality. That's not her whole life being trans.
Oh
I know
no,
that is a big part of her life, but I'm sure there's a hell of a lot more to her than that, what she's into and everything like that. That's the part that we need to get to. Like when black actors say, I want to be cast in this part, and it's not to be a part of the storyline that I'm black,
yeah,
that sort of stuff. And I've seen it happening more and more lately, but that whole thing of it has to be that you're black, it has to be that you're trans, it has to be that you're gay to be part of your storyline. Why does it have to be? It doesn't have to be you're straight. It doesn't have to be you're female or male. You know,
mm.
it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, and also, well, I think I haven't seen her content, but she is an influencer, and I know her
Yeah,
YouTube content is about that as well. So she
yeah,
kind of
I
has a
know.
brand around it as well. But yeah,
Hmm.
I guess what you're saying is true. Had we got to see her for a bit longer, we would have had the story, and then now we would have had her kind of free of the story, which we don't
Yeah,
get now.
exactly, exactly. She would have been more than that.
Yeah,
Um,
but also, sorry, one thing about that, it is interesting to hear someone say how they had to come out as gay, and she said at that point she didn't know what
yeah.
trans was. And then when
Mm,
she found out about it, she was like, "Oh no, that's me." And I recently watched a documentary on the BBC, and I can't remember what the name of the girl is, but it follows a a boy transitioning across a few years from like the age of 15 to now a girl, and it's like it's a really nice documentary, and it's so kind of heartwarming to see how much more comfortable they are as a girl once they've
mm,
transitioned and once they've had the operation and everything,
mm,
and see someone kind of bloom into their actual selves.
mm.
It's really interesting to watch.
It isn't. I just finished watching that Tales of the City, which is a drama, but I've been telling you to watch it, and you need to watch Queer as Folk. And we haven't talked about It's a Sin, but just the trans storyline was the most interesting one I found in Tales of the City. That there's a couple who are together and they're both lesbians, and then one of them transitions to be a man, and then sort of the lesbian girl doesn't fancy him anymore. Now he's a man, and also he doesn't really fancy her anymore because he's got all testosterone going through, and he fancies guys now. And it's like they love each other so much, but they're not right for each other anymore. I just found it so interesting and just so sad.
That is really interesting, and sort of like something that would never occur to many people that affects people in that way.
It was really interesting, and it's not something you do hear about it sometimes, like someone having gender reassignment and then their partner stays with them, and it's like, that's so cool. Like you could like just still fancy them and everything. I don't know if I could do that. I just find it so interesting and so fascinating.
Yeah, well,
and I know plenty of people do, and then others don't.
It's perfectly understandable to not.
It's
because
understandable.
Your sexuality is one thing, and if it then becomes something else, your relationship becomes a different thing.
Yeah. It's very cool when you can just carry on and still love that person.
I think that's truly loving someone as a person, isn't it?
Yeah. It's interesting, and and it just talking about It's a Sin briefly. Fucking hell, that was so good.
Oh my god! If you guys haven't watched It's a Sin yet,
oh my god,
I think it's on HBO Max in America. I don't know about Canada where you can get it, but find it online illegally because you have to watch that show.
Oh my god, that was too much.
If you don't know, it's about the AIDS epidemic of the 80s and people's first kind of experiences of that condition and the lack of understanding, and it's just a different world, isn't it?
Yeah.
To now.
Completely.
Like funnily enough, actually, some of the sort of messaging around HIV or AIDS, as they called it back then only, kind of reminded me of some of the messaging around COVID. When I started to see it, I was like, oh, this is kind of like scaremongering advertising.
Yeah, the conspiracy theories,
Yeah, but it's a very emotional show. And also, I think for us who were around but not conscious of what was going on because of our age, like it's kind of a real eye-opener to see what it was actually like for people back then.
Yeah, it was really good. Okay, moving on.
You getting emotional thinking about it then, or
because I just found it so sad. It was just awful, especially the end. Oh god. And it started off so happy, and it was just like, because I am a bit drunk and I get emotional.
I do think that every now and then there's like a really important show, and I May Destroy You is one of them, and It's a Sin is another. And when a drama can deal with such a sort of important and emotional topic like that, it's just next level the way you can enjoy it.
But you have to watch Queer as Folk. Why have you not watched it yet?
Because it's too serious and it's a real commitment. And at the moment, I'm watching other things.
It's not. It's fun though. It's fun. It's not horrible. It's not like It's a Sin, like super depressing. It's quite heartwarming.
Yeah, I think I get that impression that it's a bit more like Skins in a way.
But no, it's not at all. No? It's very like It's a Sin, but it's not. It does have its moments of like major drama and sad things that happen, but it's not nowhere near as bad.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun.
I do intend to watch that. It's only that Dan and I only really manage to watch like one show a day. So if we're into a show, then we kind of have to like finish that.
Yeah.
I think what is interesting now is that viewing habits. Like now, I don't know about you, but we watch one series in a go.
I don't.
Do you not?
I stagger things. You know me, I like to savor things, so I stagger things.
Okay, so you basically do old school schedule viewing in a way.
I do.
Because like in the past, and
Totally do.
we actually said to ourselves when It's a Sin started, they were broadcasting it every Friday night, but they put it all on demand, didn't they? And we said to ourselves, "Oh, we'll kind of watch it every week." But then when it
Yeah.
came to it,
How quickly did you
we
watch it?
couldn't wait. Like I think we went 1 week between the first episode and the next one, then watched it all in one go.
I watched it over about 3 weeks, I think. But yeah, I like to, if something's really good, I don't want it to end that quick. It's so good. You just want to hang on to it, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
You know me, I like to drag things out. Um, so Kiefer was, oh, hold on, no, before that, I said the water bottles look cool. Did you see
You got
those?
an eye on it. They had to use those last year,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, they look nice. So Arissa said it will be an eviction like you've never seen before. Trust. What do you think about that?
That it was an eviction like never seen before.
Trust.
Yeah, that's normal. Trust. It's just like trust me, but you don't say me.
Yeah, but it just sounded weird. Anyway, uh,
Arissa's turn of phrase is not translating with you this season.
it's not. It's just I don't know. Anyway, uh, then I've said at least we're getting to know a bit about the housemates, not all strategy. Kiefer was talking about how his language is disappearing and only 5 people speak it. So then he was talking in his own language, wasn't he? I thought it sounded a bit Welsh. It was cool what he said. I'm not sure what he said, but it was cool.
It was a very kind of like a different. There were very, very like different sounds in that language.
Yeah,
Like
sort
and
of
like a,
guttural.
yeah, like click type sounds, which
Mm,
obviously we don't use, so we can't even do it.
mm.
It felt like it felt old, felt
Yeah,
ancient.
yeah, it was interesting. And the other people in the room were very respectful and very polite and asking questions and all that sort of stuff, which was good. Um, and I like the mix. I like the mix of people, and I like the mix of backgrounds and all that sort of stuff. I think it's interesting.
Did you
Um,
notice anything about the bed linen?
one room is colourful and the other isn't.
I noticed something in particular which I thought was very old fashioned, and it reminded me of
Go
something that
on.
you might like. They have
A balance sheet wasn't.
yeah, the valances.
I didn't notice it, but
Yeah,
that's come up recently for me.
has it? Why?
Yeah, I think it was on Pointless or something.
Yeah, they had valances on the beds, which I think is like something you wouldn't really see in a Big Brother house because they're usually super modern, unless like it's
Yeah,
the bed sit and it's supposed to be an old fashioned room. But yeah, they put
yeah.
valances down. It's like, oh, that's weird. Because that's just to hide the ugly like side of the bed, isn't it? Really.
It's probably because they're covering up something from BB8. um,
They run out of
Josh,
leaves.
so so Josh was feeling left out. He went to talk to Julie. He said, "I feel like the Pretty Boys 2.0 is starting."
Yeah. He said, I don't
And
want an alpha male to win this season.
and then someone was listening in. Did you think
Ah,
someone was listening in?
was it like
It was
Tai
no, it
Chon?
was this.
Wasn't it Tai Chon on the sofa like this?
Oh, what's that?
He's like,
I'm doing the Pretty Boys.
yeah. Oh, you're doing Pretty Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I was saying Tai Chon was like laying on the sofa, like looking through his fingers.
Like a newspaper with eye holes.
Yeah. Josh was like he never sits there on that couch like he's listening to us. Not, I think he was getting super paranoid to be quite honest with you, don't you?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not sure if he was or wasn't, but he could have been.
he said that he's turning into a floater. And then you saw him
Mm.
kind of like wandering around and people being in groups, but sort of close and off as he approached. And he looked like a bit of an outsider.
Well, he said he was a lone wolf.
Yeah, well, that made me think that actually he was going to be the one that was going. Did it not make you think that? Because it
Yeah,
seemed
I thought he was
like
going
everyone
100%.
was sort of distancing themselves from him.
Yeah, I was 100% thought he was going. Then Julie went and told Victoria, Latoya, and Brayden um, about what Josh just said. And I
Which
was
was
like,
that he
oh no.
wanted, that was that he wanted Rohan to go.
I was like, oh
That
no.
that sealed it
Lato-
really, didn't it?
yeah, I thought, but I thought that Latoya was like, oh, this has turned me against Julie again. But I thought it would turn them against Josh, but it actually turned them against Julie, didn't it?
It's because Latoya already thought that Julie was
Yeah.
going to run her mouth and not be able to keep things to herself. And she literally came in and went, "I'm just the messenger here." So she was like, "Well, then you're kind of proving me exactly right."
So
Game on.
Latoya kind of used it for her own ends in a way, didn't she?
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Mhm. So then Tina was talking to Beth about getting Josh out or maybe keeping him in as a target. And then Josh and Julie went to have a talk together. This was a mess. Remember this?
um, yes. Go on. They were in those chairs, right? In that
You
like
knew,
garden.
yeah, you knew something bad was going to happen because they were playing that sort of evil dick heavy metal type of music.
Were they?
Um, Julie said that she'd heard that Latoya said her name, and Julie went
No,
and
Josh. Was it?
gone.
Go on. Wasn't it Josh telling Julie that Latoya's been putting her name about?
Oh,
That's what
that
it
was
was.
it. That was it.
Julie's like, okay, right. You want to see a horrible bastard? No, she didn't say
Yeah.
that.
And then Julie went to Latoya and said, Josh just freaked out and was like, Latoya is talking about you. But Josh didn't freak out. He was like trying to like create an alliance with Julie and like be a friend to Julie. And Julie sort of span it in a bad way. Julie was not playing the game well here.
um,
And nor was Josh.
yeah, I wouldn't say that Josh freaked out. That was actually a very reserved conversation, right?
Yeah.
But
Julie like
I think what,
just like it dramatized it a lot.
yeah, maybe she was trying to get to the point that Josh is like uber paranoid. I think that's what she was trying to say
Mm.
in not the best words, potentially.
Mm.
Um, what was interesting was like she brought this to Latoya in the bathroom, and Latoya kind of like went to leave, and then Julie kind of stood next to her, almost like so she couldn't, and
Oh
was like,
yeah.
"No, I want to like get this from you now. Like, have you been saying my name?" And she was
Yeah.
like, "I'm just going to the hot tub, and I don't want anyone to like
Yeah.
ruin my what did she say? Not vibe, but
Yeah. Julie said, do you think I'm attacking you? And Latoya said, I'm not involving myself in this right now. It was like Julie asked her like an outright question. And then Latoya was like, no, no, I'm not involving myself in this. I'm just fucked up. Oh,
yeah."
thanks. I'm quite drunk now.
Sorry.
Why are you
That's,
giving me so many drinks?
it's keeping you well
I know,
lubricated.
it's good. It's good service I got here.
Um, wasn't it an admission of guilt by not responding though? Did you not think?
No, it was good, I think. It was like, oh, I ain't gonna answer this question. I'm just gonna be like, nah, this is beneath me. I'm going to the hot tub. Bye. I thought it was like a power move, personally.
Well, the fact is, she couldn't say that she hadn't been because she had been, but she also didn't say that she had. So, in a way, it was an
it was
honest response and
it was good.
a respectable response, I suppose.
I think Latoya already knew she had enough people on her side to get rid of Julie, so she's just like, fuck this, I ain't gonna bother with it.
Yeah,
Just like, nah, see you later.
get your mask on.
Yeah.
Um, Julie said in the diary, and Josh is telling me that Latoya is throwing my name under the bus. Can you throw someone's name under the bus?
You can, but what's really going to happen? It's just going to drive over it, and then what?
Now, here is where my notes end because that's when my food arrived. So I had to put down my phone and pick up a knife and fork.
So you
So
watched the end of it, but you just didn't make notes.
I watched it, yeah, but it was mainly the eviction from here. So it was kind of just to sort of like observe, unless you've got details of who voted who. But it's
I've got details, and I've got details before who voted who, so don't worry about that.
I can remember who voted who because it was everyone apart from one person that voted
No,
you.
it was two.
Yeah, herself was one of them.
No, there was another person too.
Victoria.
Victoria. So before that, there were no speeches for once, but Team Destiny
Ah, the
got to
questions.
anonymously submit questions.
Yeah.
What did you think of that as an idea?
I liked that. It's a bit of a shit stir.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
But the questions weren't that interesting. It was like, oh, do you have a final two? And shit like that. It was like, it weren't that interesting.
Well, the one which basically asked Latoya if she spoke about Julie was good.
Mm.
Right?
Oh yeah, yeah. So they said, oh, first I said to Joe, did you have an agenda about something, and he went, "I didn't have an agenda. I had paranoia." So
To Josh,
Latoya
I
about
think you just called him Joe.
I keep calling him Joe. Sorry, it's only the first podcast. Get on my back. So Latoya said, Julie said, "Oh, did you throw my name out there, whatever?" And Latoya said, "I did discuss Julie's name, but I discussed everybody's name. You should hear your names as we're here to play Big Brother." I was like, "Oh, it was good. I liked it."
You can't really argue with that. It's a valid response.
No. And then someone said something like Josh, and Julie stood up and she said, "Josh is an emotional player and wishy-washy." I was like, "Oh, poor Josh," because I thought Josh was going to go at this point.
Yeah, Julie said that about Josh, didn't she? Which I
Yeah.
thought was actually a shame because
He turned on him.
Josh had been confiding in Julie, I felt.
Exactly.
So that seemed quite backstabby. But I suppose you go if you know you're going, then fuck it.
It doesn't matter, does that?
Fuck it, I'm going.
So the sheep vote was in, but Arissa was still trying to hype up some excitement for the ad break going, "There's still 7 votes to go." It's like, yeah, okay. If they were that interesting, you would have mixed them up a bit more, not done them in that order.
Did you think, as much as I've complained in my time about face-to-face nominations, didn't you wish they'd done it face-to-face, the vote?
Oh, yeah, why not?
I think so. Like they're all there on those like semicircular sofas already. They've done these questions. Why not just get them to like say the name in front of everyone?
Say my name, say my name. No one
Putting
is
the echo on for
around
this.
you. Say, baby, I love you. Yes, I agree. So as Julie was evicted, as she got to the top of the stairs, she said,
She
queen-
shushed the housemates first.
Yeah, she's like,
for her
"Shh."
line.
And then she said, "A queen cannot play games with a bunch of commoners." What do you think about that?
I liked it. She'd clearly thought of that for her premature eviction before she went in. Her script writers had been on it. Yeah, it was good. She went out with a bang.
You went out first. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah. Talk to Ica if you want to question your status as a queen.
And then they did the usual short ass interview. Julie had the mask on. Arissa didn't have the mask on. First time Julie had a mask on. Shout out Julie Chen. And then Arissa did do the old "someone is always watching."
She did. And then I thought Arissa showed her cards by mistake. Did you?
IQ cards.
No, not IQ cards. She just before it cut to like the titles, I saw Arissa throw her hands up and put her hands on her head like, "No, like what went wrong?" kind of thing. Like, "Why are you out here?" to Julie.
Oh, really?
I think Arissa would act like that
Yeah.
to any housemate. But like
Yeah.
I felt from her reaction that she didn't want Julie to go yet.
No, of course not. And you can tell, I think, who Arissa likes and doesn't like from her interviews. Not that she's ever nasty to anyone, because she isn't, but when it's someone she liked, when it was Gary, you could tell she liked Gary and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
which I know she's friends with Gary, but even when we didn't know that, you could tell.
I think that, say who she likes and doesn't like. I don't think Arissa dislikes anyone in Big Brother Canada. I don't think she has the capacity to. But I would say there are players who
she dislikes anyone, full stop.
No, there's players who she's invested in more, and the stories who she's more invested in. And I think Julie was one of them that she, especially now, if you consider Arissa's part of the casting process, she's probably even more invested in these people because she would have known them from the very start.
From the jump, from the get-go.
From the get-go, yeah.
Do you want to do the emails? We're finished.
I do. Can you tell them?
I don't know how long this has been recording because it doesn't tell you on Zoom, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even tell me, so I don't know either.
I hope it fucking actually has recorded.
You can pause the recording. I did not know that. I am not going to sit and film.
Gaz, don't pause it. Gaz, if you need to go to the loo, I'll film. Do not pause it.
Why? Is this you've got a pause button and a stop button?
No, please don't pause it. Imagine if we lose it now.
Anyway, we'll do a test where we pause it, but
we will, but I will
now I know there's a pause function. I'm never filling for another toilet break ever.
Right then, we'll just pause it then.
I'm okay that I can go straight onto the inbox, but can you tell the lovely listeners how they may get in touch with us, please, while I find it?
Please, can you email us? Hold on, I'm going to put the echo on for this. Please, can you email us at bbonblastpod@gmail.com.
Why did that sound like you're doing the last passengers announcement on a flight?
Hold on. All stations to modern.
Legend.
Me and Gaz got the same mic, can you tell? Although he's got his in one place and I'm holding mine, so because I've not got a table.
This, listeners, is not just any mic. This is
It makes you sound charming and
Amazon's cheapest mic. Because we didn't want
it's
to
not
invest
the
big
cheapest.
bucks. Isn't well.
There are cheaper. It's just cheap.
But I think for a USB mic, it's up there. It's amongst the cheapest.
But if you do want to buy us a new mic, just go to bbonblast.com/PayPal. I don't think that's a thing.
No, it's not. It's just go to bbonblast.com and click on donate at the top of the page. Also, if you
and we'll get a proper mic.
If you have visited our website before, it has changed a little bit since you were last there. There's now a podcast section where you can actually listen to the pod because that wasn't there before, inexplicably. So the pod is now embedded, and you can also get to iTunes and the iTunes button's a bit dodgy. So hold it down, and you'll get to iTunes to the podcast. I don't know why. And
my bed's squeaking. By the way,
Spotify.
Sorry,
the neighbours will be happy to see you go. Of course. I forgot myself. The draft. It's time to announce the draft.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Oh, I am curious to see who I've got, though. A Julie girl talking about this on their pod.
There will be. So
yes, we need the coverage, quite frankly.
It's time for the Julie girl versus BB on Blast. BBCAN8 draft.
BB on Blast gonna win.
This email from my boyfriend says, "Hi to all of you lovely hosts.
It's a fix.
I've randomly allocated the contestants' names to these numbers you've assigned yourselves, but not told me the owner of. Would you mind announcing them in the style of certain BB contestants? Some suggestions include Ashaleen, Ika Wong blowing up during a comp, Nikki Graham, Pete Bennett, Derek Lord, the utterly posh Tory, and Chad Hurst. Who's Chad Hurst? Is that Chad from Chad and Sarah Harding?
Fuck knows. No, that's Chad. I don't know. Is it Chad from BB Australia?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
I'm just going to go and get a beer.
So basically, I gave these numbers and I can't remember who's who. So my cryptic system has blown up in my own face, Lynsey. It's in
you need to figure it out right now.
I am going to figure it out right now because it's in the message in the draft. Okay,
Does Julie girl know? Do they know already?
James responded to the email, so yeah, maybe. I don't know if they've done the next pod yet, but you're number 2.
I'm number 2.
I'm number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Zach is number 4 and James is number 1.
Okay.
Do you want to write that down?
I ain't got a fucking pen. Are you nuts? I'm fucking sat on my bed right here trying not to break my back.
I have.
Oh, I have got a pen, but it's just out of reach where Towie is.
I've got a pen and a whiteboard.
I've got a phone. Will that do? Oh, yes.
I've got a scoreboard here. Can you hear me? So I've got a scoreboard over here. A scoreboard. Right. 1 is James. 2 is you.
Shout out team number
3
2.
Is me. 4 is Zach.
Zach types.
Right.
A fresh of breath air.
Apparently, I can't even remember 4 names and numbers in order, so
we can't see that.
There. No, you don't need to see it. It's for my benefit.
Okay.
Also, if that falls down, I'm in trouble. Okay, back to the email. So, person 1, this is James. Shall I do them in order? Or shall I do like one from each? James's first pick. James is supposed to do the voices on Dan's request. Ashaleen. James is. I can't do it. James's first person is Austin.
Bad luck, James.
Your first person is Kyle.
I fancy Carl, so I'm happy with that.
You want me to put your echo?
Percy's a fan favorite.
I'm going to keep the echo on for this whole section. My first person is Wildcard 1.
Who's that?
So, James believes that you don't get a season of BBCAN without 16 housemates. So we've added 2 wildcards into the mix.
Oh, so you got
in
Sheldon then.
the anticipation of a returning player coming.
James, I
And
like your style.
Zach's
So if
first.
there is no wild card, what do you get? Fuck all.
Yeah, fuck all.
Okay.
Zach's first housemate is Latoya. Good pick there.
Ooh,
That's a
strong
good
pick.
pick.
I've heard Zach win a draft before, so I'm concerned.
Oh. James's second draw is Braden.
Oh, not bad. Not
Not
bad.
bad, not bad.
I don't think he's going to win though.
Could do a lot worse.
Good TV, but no.
Lynsey's second housemate is Beth.
Why?
My third housemate. No, my second housemate is Jedson. So, housemate who I do find like quite attractive, but I'm also not happy that he's outed people's coming out stories.
I don't think he meant it like that.
We'll see.
I think he was just being nosy.
Zach's second pick is Rohan.
No, he ain't gonna win.
James's third pick is Tina. Lynsey's third pick is Wildcard 2.
Yes, I'm here for Chris.
Who's next? Me. My third pick is Josh. Oh, I hate Josh.
I like Josh. I'll swap.
You can't swap.
You can have both the wild cards.
You can't swap in a draft. That's not the rules of the draft, Lynsey.
No, I hate the draft. The draft is for virgins.
Please respect the draft.
The draft reminds me of the boring people of Rob's podcast.
Zach's third housemate is Kiefer.
He could win, I suppose.
Now, these are our final picks in the draft.
Oh, is that everyone?
James's final. No, this one is the last one. James's last pick is Julie.
Sorry, James.
Gutted. Dan's misspelled it in the email, mistyped it in the emails. Jule. So perhaps that's someone we didn't know about. Lynsey, your final person in the draft is. Oh, you've got a good one here. Tai Chon.
Hey, come on, bros. We like the hot bros.
My final housemate in the draft is Victoria. I mean,
well, you have a good time, even if you won't win.
And I like the pink hair, so that's a draw.
Well, she's one of your own, isn't she?
And Zach's final housemate in the draft is
Bobby Tia, hasn't it?
Tara.
Yeah, Tara.
Tira.
She ain't gonna win.
So to recap,
Who's got the best? Go on, tell me, I'll tell you.
Team James is Austin, Braden, Tina, and Julie.
Nah.
Team Lynsey is Kyle, Beth, Wildcard 2, and Tai Chon.
I think it's good.
My team in the draft is Wildcard 1, Jedson, Josh, and Victoria. I think I got a decent team.
No.
Zach's team in the draft is Latoya, Rohan, Kiefer, and Tara.
Latoya and Kiefer is the best bets.
Victoria and Keith
That's
are
another.
Zach's best bets.
No, Kiefer and
Keith
who's
and
the other
Latoya, you
person?
sure not Rohan?
Yeah, Latoya. No, not Rohan. He's shit. The Apprentice. Fuck off.
Okay, so James has already lost someone. I might actually write them. No, I can't write them on the board. Dan uses this in the week for his classes. But James is one player down already, and we've got players that haven't even entered yet and may never enter.
So how are we interacting with Judy Girl about this?
We are going to somehow collaborate on this at some point
Shall
in the
we
future.
send them like offensive heckling voicemails?
Yeah, and like really offensive tweets.
Yes. Let's bully them.
Hmm.
Like Meghan Markle. I'm joking. I love those boys.
Honestly, the furore around that woman is just so ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, I can't wait to watch that interview thing.
You know, I think isn't Big Brother usually on, but it's not on because that's on. It's on global, you know.
Oh, I know
I
it's
think
on
it,
CBS.
but I think like wouldn't there normally be like 3 episodes in the first week? I don't know. Maybe there's
Whoa, I don't know.
not. I'm trying to find the emails I need to read. I think Laurie has been in touch, and I think it's just a cheat sheet, so I don't necessarily need to read the content.
Don't say that. Read it. There might be something else.
It's a
But
cheat.
this is the thing, Laurie, because we're not watching it together. We don't really need the cheat sheet this year.
She's made the cheat sheet. She's put the ages on, and she's also got 2 question marks saying former house guest as well. So Laurie's expecting some wild cards. Uh,
We need the wild cards. They're in our draft.
so they're all in their like Big Brother photos, apart from like Kyle, who was brought in late, who just like took a selfie on his phone by the looks of it.
I've got fancy Kyle and
I
Josh.
yeah, I'll read the content of the email. It says maybe you two will be able to pod together in person by the time BBCAN9 wraps up. Wishful thinking. Here's
Oh
hoping.
yeah, we will. We
I'm
will.
sure Gaz has been losing sleep over not being able to fill out my BBCAN crossword puzzle yet. Lol.
I
It
actually
seems
found I found it in the cupboard. We do have it.
oh good. It seems impossible that over a year has gone by since Rowan hand delivered it to you. Anyway, here's the cheat sheet as promised. Looking forward to hearing you both. That'll be the first email from Laurie of about 4.
Oh, sorry, Laurie, that we didn't get the most out of your cheat sheet.
Uh, what a legend. Laurie has also sent us the kind of breakdown of the teams as well in another cheat sheet. We don't deserve that, Laurie.
She provided the red string also.
She said this might come in handy during the Survivor Tribe portion of BBCAN. I told you it's a bit like Survivor.
The merger.
Yeah, waiting for that merger to come. Um, okay. We've actually got a few emails here, but because you've opened them, they're not. I didn't register them as new.
I know, I've just opened them because I didn't want to accidentally read them.
So there's a message from the BB hacker. Who is the BB hacker?
Isn't it Dan?
I think it was Jack. Dan doesn't know what the BB
It
hacker
certainly
is.
isn't.
Dan does not know what
Jack's
the
not that
BB.
interested.
A message to
Go on.
BBCAN9. A message to BBCAN. Stop evicting people before the feeds come on. You are wasting a house guest. Arissa Natalie Cox. Are you listening? You can and you
her
will.
middle name.
Thank you. The hacker knows Arissa's middle name, and now all
Don't
of
pull
our
out
listeners,
Marissa's middle name.
now our listeners do as well.
The AC, as Rohan called her.
Well, better than calling her babe. Well, the BB hacker's email address is.
Don't read out the email address.
No, but the thing is, this person, whoever the BB hacker is, has made
Yeah.
this email address in order to be the BB hacker because the profile pic is the BB hacker.
So they've created a whole email address to email us.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps they email other podcasts as well.
Oh, maybe.
We should not be so bold as to assume it's just to email us, Lynsey.
Okay.
Thanks, BB hacker, but have some respect for Arissa Cox, please.
The AC.
We need to look for the patterns. We're good at finding patterns in the writing and stuff like that.
I'll look at the email address and let you know what's. Oh, I believe me, I do know from my wicked stepfather.
And not only that, but other things on Twitter recently, which fizzled out after a while.
Oh, Johnny Depp saga.
Yeah, the Johnny Depp saga.
Shit.
Um,
Do you know what? Oh no, I won't say it.
Go on. Are you going to stay off
That's
air? What?
What? No, I had a journalist contact me about that matter, about the Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah, but nothing happened, did it?
No, recently,
Oh, interesting. Okay, you fill me in on that later.
saying like that they were interested in writing a story about how Johnny Depp fans are fucking nuts.
Oh, good.
Mm.
Um,
But I said I don't want my name in it because I just can't be bothered to deal with all that again.
oh yeah, good point.
Yeah,
Anthony S has been in touch. Who's Anthony S? Do we know Anthony S?
yeah, we know him. Yeah, we know him well.
Now I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that Anthony S is also the BB hacker. Do you think that's possible? I think they are.
I don't have no idea why.
I'm just looking at the email addresses, and I think there's some similarity here in the what
I'm gonna
comes
have a
before
look.
the at. Hmm. Anthony S, are you the BB hacker? Um, Coming to you live from Stitcher. One of
Oh,
our
we're back on
Stitcher
Stitch.
people. We are
We're
back on
back on
Stitcher.
Stitcher. Thank you, Anthony S, for the
Well,
publicity.
we stopped being on Stitcher, and I think that now, if you are listening on Stitcher, well, good luck. I mean, congrats, you found us already. But I think we're now back on Stitcher, but you have to look for a new feed. So I think you have to follow BB on Blast again.
Oh, okay.
And the one that is the latest one will be the one that has the BBCAN Awards. No, the BB Awards. No, the Blast Awards at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to you from
What's
Stitcher.
the?
Are you looking at the emails too?
I was looking at the email addresses.
Don't you think the numbers are a bit
A lot of
similar?
numbers in it, but apart from that, I don't know.
Anthony S says, coming to you live from Stitcher. Happy 2021, guys. Canada is back. Arissa's legs are also back. Too bad there would be no Brent and Alex Kidwell reunion.
Oh, I can tell you about this.
Go on.
Alex Kidwell was thrown off of Rob Has a Podcast for feeling up women at a party. He went on a frenzy where he felt up loads of women. Brent Wolgamott was thrown off of Rob Has a Podcast. He's the gay guy on Rob Has a Podcast for, I think it's because he said about Tyler and Angela splitting up or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, they both got thrown off and they both said they were going to set up a podcast together. But then a Twitter mob assembled and we're saying Alex Kidwell should never be allowed to have a podcast again because he felt up some girls. And
Right.
Alex Kidwell got sacked from the podcast, and Brent is now doing it with someone else. So that's what happened.
I saw you suggesting that he should not be cancelled for this and he should be allowed to continue with his life.
Well, yeah, because it's 4 years ago. You have a choice whether to listen to his podcast or not. Fair enough, his victims have a right to be as pissed off as they like, and I fucking would be too. But if you want to listen to his podcast, that's your fucking choice. So fuck off. People are redeemable. People can change. People can be forgiven. People can grow up. People can, do other things. And if you
And make
assemble a fucking
mistakes.
yeah, and if you assemble a fucking mob every time someone does something wrong, he already got sacked from a paid job on Robert's podcast. If you assemble a mob to attack people every time they do something wrong, he could literally go and kill himself. He could, because if everything he ever does online from now on, someone's going to be like, no,
Scrutinized.
no, no, blah, 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 blah. That's not okay. People deserve a second chance and people should be given a second chance. And the victims, fine, they don't want to listen to it, fine. But it's your choice whether to listen to something or not. And I just think it's gone too far. And I might be wrong. And I said I might be wrong, but I just think it's just too much.
This
What's
is
your
something.
thought?
Is this something that surfaced recently?
Yeah, because I knew about it 4 years ago. And a lot of people just didn't seem to know about it.
So
But
how do
I
we know
already
about it
knew
now? Like, how come that's come
because
back
a bunch of people
around?
came out. I knew about it. Rowan knew about it. A bunch of people knew about it because we knew when he got sacked from Other's podcast.
Oh,
So,
he was sacked from the podcast ages ago.
yeah, like 4 years ago.
So how
And
come
he just
only?
tried to start a podcast now.
Oh,
And
and he's
they
been shut down
like
before it started.
went
I
after him.
see.
Don't you think after 4 years you should be given a second chance?
Yeah, I do think. Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
And like you
fair
say,
enough.
it's your choice if to not listen if you don't want to.
And I do agree, it's not our place to forgive him for what he's done. And the victims don't have to forgive him and never should forgive him if they don't want to. But he can't never do anything ever again because of that, as far as I'm concerned. I just think it's so puritanical now and so like black and white. There are grey areas and you need to I
Well,
just
if
think
you,
it's
as you
dumb.
say, he's been removed from, this is a shock to me, a paid position on Rob Has a Podcast. Imagine getting paid to do a
Mm,
podcast.
yeah. Would be nice.
And is that not payment enough,
It's just a baying mob. It's a baying mob, and people want to get in the baying mob, and they want to be, oh, we're the right on people, blah 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 blah. No, fuck you. You're just as bad. You could be driving him to top himself, as far as we know. So you're no
Mm.
better than him. So fuck off. That's how I
Uh,
feel about it.
Thanks for filling me in on that. Shall we continue with Anthony's email? Just
Carry
because
on.
someone has, too bad there'll be no Brent and Alex Goodall reunion. Just because someone has screwed up in the past doesn't mean that he should be silenced forever. Thanks for nothing, Twitter moral high ground, please. The Himalayas is yours. What does that mean? Oh, the Himalayas is like a mountain. I find this overly PC and sanitized version of rap to be increasingly dull. I want to be entertained and informed, not to be lectured. Anyway, well,
Mm.
you're not going to get lectured here. Anyway, this cast is great, and so will be the season. Scrap the team twist ASAP. I like the teams. I don't scrap it
If
ASAP.
he emailed that the first night, though, I get it.
Yeah, 10 hours ago. I've probably seen both
Oh,
shows by
maybe
now.
not.
My thing is, you set up the teams now. This is the format. Let it run. Don't just drop it. That's how I feel about these things.
Oh yeah, it's got to run for like 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Remember, Roxanne Pallett and Meghan Markle are always watching. Stay healthy and good luck to you both. Ciao. Thanks, Anthony. I
Thank
do
you,
remember
Anthony.
Anthony S from Stitcher.
Yeah,
It's S.
he's messaged
The
us many
S
times.
stands for Stitcher, doesn't it? I think Anthony Stitcher. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Uh, here's another email from Laurie. It's the first Evictee extended interview with Arissa, which they are putting only on TikTok this year, by the way. So you better download TikTok if you want to see it.
So
Well,
the
apart
video.
from it's a tweet, yeah. It's a video and it's a
How long is it? Because I need a wee.
well, I might not really be able to play it out very successfully here. 8.5 minutes.
Oh fuck that.
We can watch it ourselves. I think it might be for our own enjoyment.
We'll watch it after.
And there's another email
Lorcan sent us an email.
from Lorcan. Sent from his own email this time. Accidentally sent it from my dad's email. BBCAN9. Shut up, Martin. BBCAN9 General Musings. Hey, Lynsey and Gaz. How are my two favorite podcasts doing today? Good? Good. I'm so excited to have brand new BB on my screen again. It feels like so long since we've had anything worthwhile to watch, considering the quality of the seasons, the past few seasons. 2 instances of seasons just threw me off. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm enjoying the season so far, although I can't believe they voted the first ever trans house guest out first. We've had to deal with racism on BB. I wonder how long this is. No, it's not too bad. We've had to deal on racism. We've had to deal with racism on BB of all these years, and now we're fresh in with some transphobia. I feel like you can judge the quality of Big Brother by how well the trans housemates do. BB UK has 2 trans winners, clearly the best. I agree with you, Lorcan. BB US had Aubrey, who started off well and then turned into an absolute mess, which seems fitting for BB US. BB Can votes their first trans house guest out first. What does that say about them?
Well, Kira was non-binary and she stayed in a while.
Yes, they did stay for a while, Auntie Kira.
Oh, never mind. Moving on. Sorry, Kira.
I don't like the team twist, mainly because it seems like all the best people are on one team.
Yeah.
If they carry on losing, then we're as fucked as they are.
I thought that when I watched it back the second time, I was like, oh shit, all the sort of misfit type people are on one team.
Which team is that? Braden's
Keith's
team.
team. Yeah.
Is Braden? Wait, who won? Whose team won? Kiefer's.
Tina.
Tina's team. Okay. Other observations that I've had are I fancy Josh. Gaz said he reminds
Same.
him of Luca Magnotta.
Ah,
I can see it, but if people think Ted Bundy's fit, then I don't see the harm. Who's Ted Bundy?
he's a serial killer.
Oh. Yesterday, Luke called him American Psycho Josh. Laughing my ass off. I think those are definitely the vibes he gives off, but I fancied everyone's favourite Ziggy lookalike, Patrick Bateman, as well, so I don't feel guilty about my crush decisions. Is Patrick Bateman another killer?
It's the hair. He's American Psycho. He's the guy out of American Psycho,
Okay, I'm not, that's a film, isn't
which
it? I
is a
haven't seen it
fiction
all.
book by Bret
Okay.
Easton Ellis. Yeah.
Taichon has the same voice as Stacey McKenzie from Canada's Drag Race, which I'm sure means nothing to you. But if you close your eyes, when he talks, you'd think you were watching Drag Race Canada, waiting for one of the judges to say something absolutely horrible to a contestant. Now, I've not watched Canada Drag Race, but I have started watching UK. You'll be pleased to hear, Lorcan. Julie's interview was too short.
Yes, I have to go. I'll be right back.
Okay. Julie's interview was too short. Also, I love having a house guest called Julie. When are we going to get a house guest called Arissa and Davina? It's funny you say that, Lorcan, because today, when Lynsey has been talking about Julie, in my head, I'm so used to thinking of Julie Chen when we talk about Julie during Big Brother, and I'm like, why is she going about Julie? But no, it's the other Julie. However, you can see their extended interview from TikTok on Twitter if you want, and we'll send you that tweet that Laurie shared with us. Latoya coming out as bi on TV reminded me of when Emma from BBCAN8 came out as bi on TV. Was Emma actually bi, or was she just kind of like jumping on a Big Brother bandwagon? I don't remember Emma coming out as bi. I thought you were going to say it reminded you of Brian kind of like coming out on TV. Well, he just came out before he went into the house, didn't he? Hopefully Latoya has a similar trajectory. Oh, you don't like Latoya? Place your bets now for who she's going to give cold showers once they get her in the bed sit. Thing is, I actually like Latoya. I think she's good entertainment, and I think Emma could have been good entertainment had she not been removed after fight night. I don't think that was the right thing to do with Emma. I think that's everything. I won't go on any longer. I'm trying to stay in your good books this time around. Lol, yeah, you better try. Much love to you both. I'm so happy BB Blast is back. From the one and only Lorcan. Where has Lynsey gone? She's left me here all alone, and she's missed the end of your email, Lorcan. I'm going to have to tell her again what you said. I could pause.
I'm back.
I was about to pause the recording.
Sorry, I was talking to Jack about the affair. Not our one, the TV show. Go on. What did he say?
I just said you're gonna.
I'm sorry, listeners. I'm so sorry. I was so desperate for a wee. Honestly, do you know how many glasses of wine Jack give me?
True. You need to uncover your camera, Lynsey.
Hey.
Basically, the last part was that you said Julie's interview was too short, and that it's weird having a housemate called Julie because, like, you think of Julie Chen when you're talking about her, and I said the same thing when you've been talking.
And
about
she was
Julie.
Asian as well, so
yeah. When you've been talking about Julie today, I've been a bit like,
yeah.
And then he said that Latoya coming out as bi reminds me of when Emma from BBCAN8 came out as bi on TV, but I don't remember that. I think
Emma from the bed sit.
Bisexual. Yeah, I feel like that's something that she just like said because she was in Big Brother, don't you?
What happened to you there?
There, I just realized that I've got a bit of stuff stuck on my hand.
That was weird. You just like jumped. Was that the end of Lorcan's email?
Yeah, that was the end. He just basically said that he's trying to stay in a good book, so he's keeping it kind of short, and that he's happy that BB Blast is back.
I'm so sorry. I was literally going to piss myself. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm glad you didn't do that on the pod. That brings us to the end of the emails, Lynsey.
Oh, thank God.
And the end of the pod, I reckon.
God knows how long this pod is. It doesn't tell you.
I've no idea. It's now.
I'm intrigued.
It's probably 3 hours.
It's going to take so long to download.
It's probably going to not even fit on my computer.
Oh God, don't say that.
We'll be
Should we
fine.
wrap
Don't
it-
worry.
Should we wrap it
Yeah, we
up?
better add. Okay, thanks for listening, and please do come back next week. Probably about the same time with next week. We don't really know.
We're going to try and do it on Fridays from now on, unless
Yeah.
something comes. Unless we've got our busy social life to
I think,
contend with.
yeah, unless London suddenly opens up again and go out for a meal.
Follow me on Twitter, like at BM.
Follow me on Twitter, BB_superfan. Follow the podcast on Twitter at BB on
Follow
Blast.
BB on Blast. Check out our website, bbonblast.com. You can now listen to us on Red Circle. Please retweet us. Please give us comments. We need the encouragement because it's not as much fun to do this on Zoom.
No, it's not.
I mean, to be fair, it has been super fun just because I've not seen you for so long. But
yeah, I miss the normal format, which is basically us sat on the sofa with a microphone and a bottle of prosecco.
Yeah, it's not as much fun. So give us all the encouragement you can, because we need it.
And also, if you're new, please tell us who you are. Like, drop us a DM if you can't be bothered to email us. But we like emails from new people and also old people that we don't hear from often.
And thank you, Judy Girl, to inviting us to be on the draft, because we're
small fry.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Is there a win? What does the winner get? Nothing.
Pride.
We'll send Judy Girl something if they win, and they can send us something.
Oh, all right. I think I know what you're thinking of already.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap it here. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.